And did you know that this is the most popular time of the year to add solar heat to your pool? The weather's great, but the water is still cold and the kids are complaining, right? With Solar Source, you can swim comfortably all year long. Imagine warm nighttime pool parties with friends and family. Solar Source is trusted by over 75,000 Central Florida homeowners. And Solar Source has been Florida's oldest solar provider since 1984. Visit solarsource.com today and make your pool the place to be.
Your kid goes to bed a size 8 and wakes up a size... That's not magic. That's expensive. Unless you shop at Academy Sports and Outdoors. They've got undefeatable prices on sports gear from all the best brands, like Nike, Easton, and Baseball Lifestyle 101. And for a limited time, you can save up to 50% on baseball, softball, and t-ball gear, which kind of is magic. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose.
At Navy Federal, we're a trusted partner of the military community, and we're here to guide you through these uncertain times, help you diversify your portfolio, and take control of your finances. We offer a 13-month special certificate with a rate more than double the national average, and members can access financial advisors from one of America's best financial advisory firms awarded by USA Today. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/save-more. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment products are not insured, not obligations of Navy Federal, and may lose value.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. When's the last time you had your air ducts cleaned for your AC unit? Man, you should do that. My friends at Zero Res will do it for you. Mention me and get $100 off your air duct cleaning. Give them a call. Book online, OrlandoZeroRes.com. It's Zero Res. Spell forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is The Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, The Funny Bone welcomes Manuel Angel Redondo en Vivo en Espanol on March 11th, Bob Marley on March 12th, Kelsey Cook on March 13th and 14th, and the Hannah Montana Disney Channel Tribute Drag Brunch on March 15th. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. I'm here to talk to you about something a lot of guys don't like talking about, and that's low testosterone levels. You know, the truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did, so it's a thing to deal with. And when you have low testosterone, you feel sluggish, you lose focus all the time, you have trouble in the bedroom. Nobody needs any of that. Get hold of my friends over at Red Mountain Weight Loss, redmountainweightloss.com. They'll help you get rid of that sluggish feeling. And if you call them now for a limited time, you're going to be able to get your testosterone levels set right, and they'll help you with GLP-1 weight loss medication. That's a $299 value when you give them a call now. That's redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com. Or pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword Red Mountain, and you'll be connected in seconds. That's redmountainweightloss.com. You'll feel a lot better when you get your testosterone right. redmountainweightloss.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children. Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from new Iran War Bombshells to more shocking details about the Rihanna shooting, and pet owners are about to get some huge mailbox money, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
Here we go.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. That's right. Tell somebody about the show. Say, I listen to the News Junkie on this radio station, and I sure do like it a bit. And here's a podcast link. Here's a way to like the stream over on YouTube. Just show a little appreciation with a tiny little like on YouTube.
Sure.
That's all you got to do today on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. How about you?
Hanging in there. Got some announcements in a little bit here that will work in to the show. Got a lot of updates on stories we've been talking about. We're locked and loaded for a Share the Show Tuesday. Let's start off as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And I want to play a little game. As we go along, chat, tell me if you agree or disagree with the messaging of this viral video. Now, this is exploding right now. All over social media, this video is exploding with popularity. And I want to know if you agree or disagree with the messaging. Now, the video in particular has a bunch of kids playing outside in the 1990s.
Ooh.
And they're outside enjoying themselves. They're riding bikes, and they are getting word of what the future is like. The argument is that the 1990s were so much better, such a better time to be a kid than it is today. So let me know as we go along if you agree or disagree with the messaging. Here's the video that's going mega viral right now.
Wait, so you're telling me in the future, people just stare at a little box all day, inside and outside?
And in the future, you don't even own the music, you just pay every month to borrow it? Like, if you stop paying, the music just disappears?
All these kids are in very traditional, like, 90s circumstances, listening to cassette tapes.
I remember this kitchen.
Yeah, that basic ass kitchen from the 90s, and they're all doing the same stuff that everybody did in the 90s. And the argument is like, wait, you're telling me this is what it's like in 2026?
Oh,
and I want to know, agree or disagree. Ignore the AI slop part. That's just a fact of reality.
Wait,
okay?
So before people eat, they take a picture of the food and show strangers?
True.
And the strangers like and comment on it? So in the future, everyone has their own phone and they use it to type messages instead of call? And if someone calls you without typing it first, it's considered rude? So you're telling me in the future people...
She's got a Lisa Frank folder, this particular girl, and stars on the ceiling, the glow-in-the-dark stars.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you what...
That's unlocked a memory.
I know so many of you are going 100%. It was so much better. Yes, agree. All over chat. Let me tell you something. Whilst I do think there was some great things about growing up in the 90s, I grew up in the 90s, right? I was a young kid in the 90s. While I do think there were some good things about it, I think these kind of things totally ignore all of the things that modern kids would never give up to live in the 90s. If they were given the opportunity, like if you told kids, hey, would you like internet that's less intrusive in your life? Would you like to not have a smartphone? Would you like to not have social media apps to connect with your friends? Would you like to not have high definition television? Would you like to not? I could go on for days. Like if you went on and on and on that list, I guarantee you, maybe you guys think I'm wrong about this. I think that kids nowadays would not pine for this.
Okay, but you put it that way. Now put it the other way. Like, would you like to not have a pressure to have the coolest pic that's up that makes you look the prettiest and get all the likes? Would you like to be able to go outside and not have to check in with your parents every 15 minutes or know that they're tracking your every step? There's other ways to sell it where I think nowadays kids would like some of the 90s stuff.
Well, you're selling it how they're selling it in the actual video itself that's gone pretty viral here. I think that there are some things that you could be nostalgic about, and there are things that are great, but we just had different problems, you know? Like in the 90s, it wasn't like, well, when you look back at times like that, when you look back at your childhood in particular, it's actually a really good thing that you look at the best parts of it. You're like, man, this was so great, and this was so great.
Yeah, but you could do the opposite commercial where some, 12-year-old in a 6'7" shirt says, like, you had to get out a paper book to make it across town, you absolute dweeb.
I like how he's wearing a 6'7" shirt. It just really drives the point home. There was a lot of comments on this. This really started a big conversation about, was it actually better?
Post their diary for everyone to see?
Some people get paid for it.
For their diary? And in the future, a little box
Kid's got a map?
Tells you where to go?
That's exactly what I was
turn
saying.
By turn?
Okay, little kid. First of all, you're a little kid. You don't care about the map.
Shut up.
Number one, all right? Number two.
I did.
Number two, are you telling me you're pining for the days when you didn't have turn-by-turn directions?
No.
Can we not all agree?
No.
This is a net positive. Turn-by-turn directions are actually good.
Yes.
A compromise, MapQuest. Print out MapQuest or that TomTom. That really was not good.
You're not compromising on any of these things. If you could use, you could probably still use MapQuest if you wanted to. I don't know if it still exists.
I think my mom still used it for a while. MapQuest, let's see.
You could probably still, Sabrina, print out little maps and go on those directions. Nobody's going to do it because we all know the turn-by-turn thing is better. I don't know why a little kid would be like, wait, you're telling me in the future you don't get giant crinkly maps out on the front seat of your dad's piece of crap car with McDonald's bags on the floor? Like, buddy, you got bigger problems. Your dad's a hoarder. There's trash piling up the vehicle you're in. There's more issues you're facing.
And people still get lost? If you want food from a restaurant, you just tap the box and a stranger brings it to your door?
How terrible.
And you pay extra for that? And then you rate the stranger? Our moms always say don't talk to strangers. But in the future, everyone just talks to strangers all day on the little box and shows them their house.
A lot of little box
and their
mentioned.
kids? So in the future, nobody ever
The
just...
kid's laying on the grass. He's like grass angels, like a snow angel.
Yeah, that grass needs a trim.
And he says, in the future, nobody just sits with the quiet, which is true. That one he's probably right about. Yeah, there's not enough.
There
just
have been
like,
moments where I sit with the quiet, but it's scary, and I don't
a lot
wanna
of
do it.
people. A lot of people. I see it every single day. A lot of people walk around, and even if they're walking around the neighborhood, they got a headphone in. They're talking to somebody on the call. They're listening to something. I mean, I'm guilty of this too. They're not just kind of in their head as much. That's one that I would kind of agree with. This is almost over. Hang on.
Sits with the quiet, like ever? That sounds really exhausting.
That part is.
In the future, everyone's connected to everything, and people are still lonely.
Oh, that's
okay. But
that's
do
a
we at least
negative
still
view.
Stay outside until the streetlights come on.
They called it progress. It says, Yeah, but some of it is progress.
I'd argue that a lot of it is progress.
I mean, come on.
So
I'm telling you.
depressing.
I like the family aspects and all of the good stuff of the 1990s and growing up and being a kid. And so many of us can connect on that. It was great, right? You know, fireflies and going around and catching lizards and hanging out with your friends and riding bikes through the neighborhood. All great things that stick with you for the rest of your life. But, I mean, let's not pretend like some of this stuff isn't awesome. Turn-by-turn directions and GPS, man, shout out to the people who invented that. That's pretty awesome.
I think the point of that part of the video was at the end when he says, and you still get lost?
That's a good point.
Sure.
And like, people can connect on all these apps and they're still lonely? Yeah. I mean, I hate to break it to you, they were still lonely in the 90s. They just didn't even have the option of
With
that.
no one to talk to, you had chicken soup for the soul, and sometimes that made you even more lonelier.
I understand the argument, and there are some things to it, but it's this argument that primitivism is better. Like, do we take that to its radical extent? Do we look at these uncontacted tribes of the Amazon and think, man, they really are living a great life? Mm-hmm. No, they don't have air conditioning. It's miserable. It's not great. I don't know. I mean, I love the 90s. I love nostalgia. I love the music of the 90s quite a bit, actually. But I think that there is something to be said that we are living in an amazing time now. But there's a reason why that went viral. Let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. Quick note here. Quick note for you. And I thought this was going to be the case. But here we are. We have a new merch drop that is live on the website right now. And thank you, by the way, to everybody for supporting the show and grabbing some merch over on thenewsjunkie.com. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. And we do appreciate that. But I have some information for you on the design that is up right now. There are only 100, and I think it is exactly as of now 100 left. There are only 100 left. So that means this is not a we're going to make it to Friday situation. Oh, no, C-Lane left the store up. It's Monday, but the sale is still going on. Like, none of that is happening. It will probably go today, would be my guess. So there are only 100. There are only 100 of these left, the latest design. And you can grab it if you want while you have some time. Go do that over at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Every shirt comes with a magnet and a sticker as well. They're available on the website, but there's only 100 of this limited merch drop ready. So do make your way over to the site and get it now. It's easy on your phone or your laptop or whatever, but TikTok, it ain't going to be lasting that much longer. I don't even know how long it's going to go. And my alerts for this kind of stuff are off, so I'm not distracted during the show. But we'll see. I'll keep up with it a little bit so I can keep you updated. But grab those final ones that are up on the website, thenewsjunkie.com right now. I did want to get an update in on the story we had yesterday of this crazy lady, and I mean certifiably crazy lady, who was outside Rihanna's house and shot, I believe, I don't know if it was an AK or an AR, or it was
AR style is what they said.
So a semi-automatic rifle that this woman shot at Rihanna's house and then ended up getting arrested. Now, some troubling new information coming in.
Oh, yeah.
That would suggest that this woman is perhaps from Orlando, which not great. Not great. Don't want to be attached to this lady.
Right out of this week in Florida.
But this lady who opened fire on Rihanna's house, there's videos of her and all sorts of stuff that have come out, and we're going to have to talk about who has to take ownership of this woman. There's some good drama on that world that will leak in pretty soon. We got updates on what's happening in Iran, that attack in New York. We got viral news galore. I got updates on the teacher who died in that prank attack thing. There's some interesting twists in that on a loaded up show. So hang out with us today. We'll get to dispatches, emails, and all the rest as we roll on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Morning traffic's pretty.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Less than 100 shirts available on the website. And there is a surprise incoming this week. There is a surprise incoming this week, everybody. Which I'm excited to tell you about. But grab those Play Black Whopper shirts while you can. Less than 100 left. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sun State Johnny, Kevin. Hey, Kevin and Kev. And Yuckers and Bearer of Bad News. Hello, everybody. Let me hold a shirt. You go hold one. Right on the website. Avendasaur says, surprise guest on Secret Shows. That is not the surprise of the week. But I do have a surprise for you about it. Secret Shows will be live tonight at 8 p.m. Secret Shows live tonight at 8 p.m. We got some moving around and traveling this week going on. So Secret Shows will be live tonight, streaming on the website and the Discord. Live tonight. We'll be doing a bit of a St. Patrick's Day show since that's right on the horizon. Joseph says, notice you lean in to look at your computer. Why not get a bigger monitor to make it easier for you to read? What? Lean in to look at what computer? My laptop? What computer are you talking about, Joseph? I saw Yucker's new dispatch. It's a good one. That one should be up in the Hall of Fame already. It should be up in the Hall of Fame already. We'll be at Fritz's Trivia tonight. That is absolutely acceptable. I totally understand. Nothing we can do about it. I think it's Josh is on the move this week, so we had to do it tonight. So we'll probably have a smaller crowd with some of you out at Fritz's Trivia, but for those of you who are not going, thenewsjunkie.com in the Discord. 2 minutes and we're back live. Your laptop? I don't have to look in to see my laptop, really. Unless it's, sometimes if it's like really tiny little text. Yeah, I'm not necessarily struggling to see anything on there. I do, however, Joseph, have horrific posture. So maybe you've noticed that I just like kind of caveman peek at things. What do we think about the nostalgia train? Do we agree with the video or disagree? Did we agree with the video or disagree? Was it better growing up in the 90s, or would you rather grow up in 2026? Is it do you agree with the video or disagree? That it's better growing up in the 90s. Now is better. 50-50. It was cute. I don't think either is better, just different. And they're so different, AJ Sue. Like, they are very, very different. There's good things about both that you could take, but kids grow up in the now, right? They don't have a choice. They're born right now. They grow up right now. Going backwards is way more difficult than going forwards. So if you took a kid right now and brought them back to 1994, they would go, bring me back. Bring me back immediately. Can't handle is correct. That much is definitely sure. 90s created more real-world experiences that weren't on a screen. That's true. 90s was my childhood. It was amazing. We're coming back
to the biggest issues happening in your community and around the world. This week, I'm joined by investigative journalist Julie K. Brown. She is the utmost expert on the Epstein files.
The Justice Department, through, I think we counted 4 presidential administrations, failed these victims.
Open your free iHeart app, search Bleep with Anna Navarro, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
A lot of people chiming in on that viral video about growing up in the 90s being so much better. And all I'll say about that, to wrap things up, is this. If you took any kid out of 2026 and put them back into 1994, I think close to 100% of them, if they had a button in front of them to return, would be hitting that button. I think if you took kids out of 2026,
my kid would, and that's not just because he likes hitting buttons. I think he just would.
Jackson would be like, "Look, I've got enough already at 2 years old that I can't give up on all of this fantastic development."
That's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't seen the opposite commercial. We haven't seen the part where the kid goes, "You mean to tell me the TV was only 25 inches across? And you only had 2 of them?"
You mean to tell me you had to get up to change the channel?
Ugh.
You mean to tell me the television channel turned off for the night and there was no more programming?
Lights on and off without using the switch, just some robot in the shape of a cylinder, Alexa?
You couldn't do any of the cool things that we get to do now.
See, but we're the generation of that, where we know both worlds, which is very interesting.
And
I don't know if we
agree.
could sell it.
The people who are saying, Sabrina, that there are good things about both, I absolutely agree with. I think that's just obvious. Like, Jason says you socialize then, everybody is divided now. I think kids are way less divided on this stuff. The stuff that it divides people, it divides dummy adults. Dummy adults grow up and lose any sense of like fantasy and hanging out with friends and making pals and stuff. And they just get mad about dumb stuff. That the division is mostly with adults. Little kids don't naturally hate each other. It's one of the most amazing things in the world.
Fifth grade, I think, right?
Yeah,
unless you're a fat kid.
Right around middle school, high school, you might change a little bit. But for young kids don't care what color their friends are, how tall or short their friends are. They don't care. Don't care about any of that stuff. But going backwards in time is always so much more difficult. You're going to, like, I can imagine some guy being like, "I'll tell you when it was really great. We used to sit around as a family and talk to each other all the time in the 1800s.
Yeah, we'd circle around the radio."
And I go, "Great, cool, don't want to do that. Sorry." I mean, I like the radio part, but the rest of it, not so much.
I do.
We will take your thoughts on that, though, at thenewsjunkie.com. Go ahead, Celia.
I like to look back at some of the things that, like, where the writing was on the wall, but people still hated it. Like, and the perfect example is anytime in the car with my mom as a kid, if she saw somebody who had a car phone, she thought that was the most ridiculous thing. Why would you need a car phone? It's so much more dangerous, which she was right about that one. But it was like, you don't need to talk on the phone, and you need to be connected to people in the car.
Yeah. I mean, that's just true. And there are things that people don't think about on that level too. Before we get into this story here that I have an update on, like I was talking with Courtney this weekend, and I said, we talk about all the things that kill you and all the dangers that we face every day, and we have campaigns for all this sorts of stuff. But to me, the biggest thing that kills so many people is being distracted. And so much of that is by your cell phones. And so many accidents that happen every single day that kill untold numbers of people, absolutely enormous numbers of people every single year, are because of the technology that we have that now distracts us from focusing on what we used to focus on.
Well,
which
that's
is
why
the road.
we're making the cars drive themselves, so we can
Good point.
fully focus on the things that distract us.
You're not wrong. You're not. We make solutions for our problems, which is a great thing. It's why I have faith in humanity. It's why I'm not a climate doomer. We make solutions for our problems, so we will make a solution out of that. And then everybody will just argue, oh, remember the old days when you used to drive your cars? It was so much better. And people will continue to do that same thing. We were talking yesterday on the show about this lady, crazy as can be.
I know.
Just
Rihanna.
crazy. Not Rihanna, but the lady who tried to shoot her inside of her house. And it turns out this lady is from our own backyard here where we broadcast the show from Orlando. I guess she's got some Orlando ties. Folks, it's hard to disavow her. She was wearing an Orlando soccer shirt, all right?
Oh,
she
really?
Yeah.
In Beverly Hills while she was shooting up Rihanna's house?
Yeah, she's repping Orlando soccer on her shirt. And I go, and I see in the comments on like Only in Dade and a bunch of other places, people are going, Orlando here, we ain't taking her. No, she borrowed that shirt from somebody. You could buy those. People in the comments were like, you could purchase those anywhere. You could get them. Just the internet is global.
Oh, right there at Internco Stadium to go support the team.
It's like we don't have to take advantage of that in a way that should reflect on this community in any positive or negative way. But she's off to crazy town. That's who owns this woman. But there's videos of her that have popped up. And it's super interesting, some of the debate that is now shaped up around this. First, here's something new in this story. They have the police dispatch audio, I guess. I haven't heard this yet, but let's listen in together as this woman was shooting up Rihanna's house.
And 8052, shooting just occurred. Approximately 10 shots heard and an unknown person shouting, code 3 incident 1920 RD809, semi for additional.
All right, she said gunshots heard, somebody shooting at the property.
52, incident 1921, all units 8020 responding closely from Santa Monica and Stoner to.
I got to tell you, if I was Rihanna, I would say, can you find another photograph of me to use for the 911 silhouette? She's a beautiful superstar, and they got this like side.
Yeah, but is someone shooting my walls of my house?
They Googled Rihanna scared or displeased.
Well, and then they have another one like when they have the stories about the shooter where they superimpose Rihanna over whatever picture they can get of the shooter, and they just find like Rihanna pissed.
By the way, the shooter is very obsessed with Rihanna being ugly. So maybe the shooter made some of this. I don't know. But the shooter is like, Rihanna's so ugly. She's so ugly. I don't know why I made her Trump. She's it. I'll play. You can hear what she sounds like in a second, but more of the dispatch audio.
Doctor, you can show us back. 8852, Roger. Other you know what the message would be?
81 shows back from the station.
Units 81 backing from the station.
They're censoring out the address.
8020 additional, your shooting just occurred.
Why bother?
They said additional shooting just occurred. The beeps you hear are of the address that they're trying not to give out, as if it's hard to get it.
Yeah, she found it some way, somehow.
This woman managed to find it. They literally, as I told you yesterday, sell maps to these people's houses, and then they're like, how
on paper?
Yeah, on paper maps before GPS. Before turn by turn.
The shot came from across the street of the upper gate. The PR does not have visual. No further. It's additional 1921. Westfield unit, shooting just occurred. Those vehicles a white Tesla, SC northbound on Coldwater. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate. Code 3, incident 1932, RD809.
All right, there you go.
10 gunshots fired.
Yeah, 10 gunshots fired from a Tesla. The lady didn't die. She didn't get shot by the cops or anything when she showed up. But she is certifiably wacky. And the videos that I've seen, she's talking, And somebody that is connected to her said in an article I saw, they said, this woman is very convincing. And when they were started to talk about this, they said this woman is very, very convincing. If you meet her, you'll be pulled into the things that she's talking about. And I was like, wow, are you kidding? I don't think I would be convinced by anybody like this myself, but they said that she is convincing, that you wouldn't think she was crazy. Well, I have to tell you, a judge thinks she's crazy enough to take her kids away from her.
Yeah.
So you got that going on.
The charges that were considered, the amount of the bond.
Her bond is like 8 mil or 10 mil or
Over
something crazy.
10.2, I thought.
Yeah.
$10.2 million. And she made this video, and there was a lot of guys going, I can fix her. I can fix her. Guys, you please.
An energy
Please.
trying to literally
This is
throw
her.
array of...
This is the shooter.
What is it? Array of force.
What is she listening to in the back?
At me to push
I
me
don't
down. You're not...
Sounds like
That
you.
would be
It sound-
wild.
I'm sorry. I'm getting like... can you not hear it a little bit? Are you talking?
Now I'll push my ear into the headphones here. But what a wild development it would be if she was like, look, I used to not think any of this stuff. But since I started listening to the News Junkie,
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, 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 pop.
really, I can't get enough of it. I really
want you, and you don't go there. And you know what? God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you.
Is it?
When he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna. You saw her picture. She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling you.
Well, yes, it is.
No, it's God's judgment on her.
Oh, that's God's judgment? I thought she said that's not judgment on her. It seems like judgment to me.
No, that's definitely a judgment. She had another post that they have on TMZ where she...
The Facebook one?
Yeah, where she tagged Bad Girl Riri and said, are you there? Because I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at.
Yeah.
Man.
Conjured up an issue with Cardi B, posted a video where she is looking at herself in the mirror saying, you can't F with me, Cardi B. You're supposedly busy right now, but you know who has the cutest outfit tonight? You know who's the cutest tonight? I am. I'm the cutest.
Who can fix her, says the step of feet? Nobody. Okay,
So-
you can't. This woman needs professional help. She needs actual professional help.
I did see something that a family member or close friend said that this, like, there was something that had happened to her in the recent years. I think maybe after her kids were taken away, where that's where it all like downward spiraled. And they went as far as taking her kids away, and then no one checked up on Chick.
Well, they took her kids away. They didn't do that for no reason. They did that because
absolutely.
she was acting deranged at the time, and the judge was like, the judge not only took her kids away, apparently the judge was like, until further notice. Not like, not like we're putting a timeline on this and until further notice, this woman can't contact or talk to or in any way approach her own kids. And I ask you a simple question here on this lovely Share the Show Tuesday. If she's not allowed to see her kids and she has a no contact order with her kids and she is posting certifiably crazy stuff online, how was she able to get a semi-automatic gun? How was this lady able to get a gun that she then took to this person's house and then shot this place up? Are you going to tell me that a judge will rule you're too insane to be a mother, but you can still go buy a semi-automatic gun?
The age-old question, huh?
I don't know if that makes sense to me. That seems weird. I mean, I'm a big Second Amendment supporter for some of you big gun fans. I mean, I don't know as much about guns as you do, but I know that I don't want people like this to have one.
To stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. And I already bought stock in Ulta, and I have staked in Ulta.
Wow.
So now those energies can't harass me when I go into Ulta anymore. When I go into Ulta, the devil tries to antagonize me or instigate against me by the pictures that are there.
I hope she's listening to the show. I do. I don't know if she is. I hear murmurs.
Someone has to do like a good, intense noise canceling headphone. Listen.
Yeah.
I swear I can hear you like your I don't know. I hear you, Sean. It's so
if you
weird.
heard that, you hear going, and the devil's in Ulta, and Rihanna's ugly, and she's got a big nose, and you hear
Fritz on the
that
street.
mortgage guy Don. That mortgage guy Don. Wait, hold on.
Don't
What?
miss the boat.
What's happening here? She might be a listener. She might be, but she's crazy as hell. I'm not sure how she got a gun.
That's why she might be a listener.
We have huge numbers with the crazies, and she, I guess, is maybe possibly among them. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Chris emails the show, and he says about living in the 90s with the viral video that started the show. What has affected the kids most is the mental health side. Even if you were being bullied or were the person doing the bullying, it ended at school or at the end of the school year. Good for you if it did. Now it's 24/7, and kids don't know how to handle this, so they hurt themselves or someone else way too often. Also, on a different note, the shorthand of texting and bad grammar have made kids more and more illiterate and not able to hold a conversation. It's true. That's why the accurate take on this is there were things that were better about simpler times, and there are things that are obviously better about more advanced times. Technology and things advancing have made our lives so much more convenient. Like the person going, are you telling me we call strangers to deliver our food on the little box, and the little box just brings the food from the restaurant to our houses? And you're like, yeah. I mean, have you never had a hungover Sunday, pal? Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. It's an option that you want to have out there. But yeah, I think the right take on that is that there were good things about both times, obviously.
There's a lot of people going this route, which is weird because they're kids, but we can't pretend that we never accessed things we weren't supposed to before the age of 18. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people going, you mean to tell me that porn is free? And you don't have to like you'll find a nudie mag in the woods.
Or watch
bunch
the
of people
same porn your parents did because you found it in their bedroom?
I mean, they're not going to tell us that publicly, but it's definitely good.
Didn't you say you found it? Oh, you said it.
Yeah. I mean, everybody did. Back in the 90s, it was just more difficult.
I never
it was
did.
more difficult.
I didn't watch it.
Those things. No.
Do you remember the title?
Yeah.
Mama Lane, plug your ears.
What was it?
I think it was something Willow.
Was he Willow? Like the flower?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the flower, I think. I think that's what it is.
Beautiful this time of year.
Joe emails the show, and Joe says, I listened for about 10 minutes yesterday and caught most of your story about the two accused of throwing the IED in New York. I didn't hear you mention the whole story, though. Maybe you did? So I love this kind of stuff. Like you tuned in, you're like barely listening, and you're angry about it. The guy is on video screaming Allahu Akbar as he threw the IED, and they are ISIS supporters. I think you provided the watered-down CNN version of the story portraying them as teenagers from Pennsylvania. They are being charged as terrorist supporters. That's a whole entirely different story than saying they had nothing to do with the Jake guy who was there doing this event to begin with. If you listen to the whole clip you were playing, instead of editing it to fit your neighborhood, this guy totally twisted. This guy was saying he wanted the Muslims out of New York City. You're talking about this completely out of context. I didn't play any clip of that guy, whoever he is, speaking, because I don't care what that guy says, and other people shouldn't either. I didn't play a single clip of that guy speaking. I played a clip of the protester who had a megaphone who was saying, everyone is welcome in New York City. I want New York City to be open to everyone, as these lunatics were, one guy in particular was ramping up his back and throwing an IED over him at the people who had a protest going on. That's what I said. You totally twisted that story unlike anything I've ever heard before. In fact, the bomb thrower made it look like Jake threw the IED. You didn't pay attention. You didn't listen. You sound like an idiot. All right. Sorry. I hate to do it. He says, do your research before using your privilege as a supposed news person to spread that info to everyone. I literally did the opposite of what you're saying. I was talking about how multiple news outlets and politicians who should know better framed this in such a way that people who would just read the headline would think that the mayor was being targeted or that another protest was being targeted. And that was going to misinform a large portion of the audience. I was clear about that, and I said that to a point, right? Then I said that the kids were terrorists, and I said the ideology that these people have should be ejected from our country. And that wasn't enough for you, I guess, apparently, Joe. It's like, I needed to be more forceful. And we're like, dude, what do you want from me? You have this absolutely and totally wrong. I have a problem where a lot of people listen to just like a snippet and they just extrapolate what they think happened from there. Go back and listen to the podcast, Joe, and follow up, please.
You have a problem when people listen.
I have a problem when people listen and then only hear like a little,
that's what
like
I
a
did.
tidbit.
I just did that part.
And then they get angry. So you missed the angry part. You have to be more angry about it. Oh my God, we're late again. All right, quick break. We're going to take a quick break. That guy on Facebook is going to call me unprofessional again.
Oh.
For it, I apologize. Keep your emails coming in. tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. The update on the teacher and the prank situation. I'll tell you what happened with that. There's new information coming in, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Real.
Hello? Did you guys think I was soft on the terrorist kids yesterday? It's okay, Sean. His parents probably don't love him. They would have in the 90s. Did you guys think I was soft on the terrorist kids? I called them teenagers, but they are teenagers. I called them from Pennsylvania because essentially they are from Pennsylvania, as best I can tell. I didn't think I went soft on that. I think I was actually proving the opposite point, which the problem is, unless you just throw red meat to the really dumb people, they don't understand what's going on. We want it all, Sean. You must be clearer. I'll try. Plot twist, Florida man, Representative Randy Fine. Oh, that guy's still doing things. Is demanding that Mom Donnie be deported because a few guys from Pennsylvania threw an IED by the mayor's mansion. How? I can't draw the connection there, but maybe that's the point. I can't draw the connection between. In fact, I said yesterday, Mom Donnie, his posts online were like very vague and could mislead a lot of people. But his statements at the press conference, I thought, were fair and accurate. A lot of dummies out there. Still bringing up that guy on Facebook about being late. That was me. I have gotten over it. I hope that was you. I like to use that person every time I look down and I'm late for break. I think, you're late, and then in my head it's like, still occupying rent-free space in my head. It's like, he's unprofessional. What's he doing? This guy's late for break again. And I go, oh, God. I don't have an angel and a devil on my shoulder. It's just two hecklers. Two hecklers. Hey, guys, I'm going to listen to part of the story and then write in. Yeah, right. No one can make that connection unless they're insane and racist like Randy Fine. You know, the problem is less with like a Randy Fine and more with these fringe people who just lap this crap up. That's the problem that I have. Like, there is an audience for that. That's where the problem is. That there is an audience for that. That really was me? Really? That's funny. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for keeping me on time. Save for yesterday and the day before and the day before. Couple of minutes and we're back live. I also have an update on celebrities begging for money. A pretty interesting twist on that one. And I do have a ban appeal-ish for you today. I will bring you a ban appeal today. In fact, we'll do it in the next break. Mills Reed at 156. That might be accurate. I hate to say it, but I heard you think technology is better now. Why do you hate the 90s, Sean? I mean, half of the negative feedback is I heard one little tidbit of something you said, and I have a completely wrong interpretation of what you presented on the show. And I'm going to argue against that straw man version of what you said, completely disconnected from what your thoughts are or what you elucidated on the show. I'm going to attack this straw man version and tell you that you're dumb, when I'm the dumb person to begin with who wasn't paying enough attention. That's a big lane of stuff. Big lane of stuff. To everyone in chat, question for you. I'm not sure if I've asked you this before. Am I the only one? Okay? Do you get this too? Do you grow any hair in the very, inside part of your eye? Do you grow I get one hair that comes out of there that I have to pluck. And it really... Does anybody... Do you get that too? Do you guys get... You have in the corner of your eyeball, do you get a hair that comes out of there or no? No? Don't say ooh. Don't say LOL. Do you get one? You don't have one in the corner? None? I do not? Yes, it's so annoying. Thank God there's one other person out there. Weirdo. This is why I should just shut my mouth. Every once in a while. Yes, says Big House. You don't get one unfettered. You don't get up in there and there's just one that pokes out. And then you got to take clippers or a pluck thing and you go, boop. Weird. It feels so unnatural. I don't like it. Diana, it's not an old man thing, okay? I'm not weird. Don't call me weird. Rude. All right, here we go.
Carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the news.
Show that was almost an hour ago, and there was only 100 of this very limited shirt design that were left. So go grab those if you have any interest. They're gonna go, I would guess, today because it's only 100, and that's all that is left for this design that's up right now for the merch drop up at thenewsjunkie.com. So go check it out. Grab that if you want to while you can. Now you've been warned. I'll look maybe at the top of the hour here and give you an update on this. We have an update on a couple of stories we've been talking about. One thing that I was watching was the family of this teacher who was involved in this prank in Georgia. And honest to God, you often get these kind of vibes after somebody dies because people have nothing, obviously, but rosy things to say about him. But he does seem like a pretty nice guy, this teacher. And his wife and him seem like a nice couple, and it seems like the kids loved him.
Would we know the opposite? Like every once in a while, we'll get a story that goes viral because somebody writes a scathing obituary about somebody who was just kind of a jerk and like does not hold back and whatever. But if it was, do you think we would get the like kind of read between the lines and see what these kids think if it was a teacher that sucked?
If it was ratemyprofessor.com. But if we would have heard anything bad about this guy, I think it would have been from neighbors or some sort of like community issue versus him as a teacher.
Would they dare say that, though? Like, after the guy dies, you think so many times I think they'd just be like, oh, geez,
nice guy.
Just be quiet. Yeah, great guy. Loved him. We didn't at all fight all the time over stuff like our yard and our property lines. You probably just are quiet about that. But he seems like a nice guy. He did. And the story, if you don't know this,
there was that guy, that actor that was in Parks and Recreation. He played the Wamapoke chief, the guy that owned the casinos and stuff.
Yeah,
wasn't that the guy that he there was some altercation with neighbors, and it turns out like he wasn't the best neighbor.
No,
was
I think
that
it was
King of
the
the
other
Hill
way
guy?
around. Yeah,
I think it was the King of the Hill guy,
yes.
And he had some war going on with his neighbors, and they did not like each other in the slightest. But the story on this is that there is a teacher out of Georgia. His name is Jason Hughes. He is a married guy, and his students were pretty close with him. And I guess right now it's around the time of year where some of the students will do their pranks, and they will go out, and in this case, they were going to toilet paper Jason Hughes' house. And it was just a fun little prank that they were doing. And he caught wind of it. So his wife says he was excited and he wanted to sneak out there and catch them throwing the toilet paper at his house. And she was saying like he was very much having a good time. So he goes outside, but it had been raining and the roads were slick, and he slipped on the road. And then the teens started driving away. And when one of them was driving away in his truck, I'm imagining that he didn't see the teacher on the ground, having had slipped on the pavement. And he ran him over, and he killed the teacher.
Timing.
It's terrible, right? Terrible, terrible timing. Now, all of the students stayed on the scene and tried to help and called for an ambulance and stayed with the teacher, as far as I can tell. And then they were arrested, all of them. They were arrested. Some of them who took part in the toilet papering, they even just arrested them for, what was the, like littering or something?
There was a littering thing, but I think you have to do a significant amount of littering to be arrested for something like that. I mean, I don't know if they tacked on like a criminal mischief or something. I would have to pull up the story.
The main kid was hit with a felony vehicular manslaughter charge or vehicular homicide. I don't know if that's
homicide
differently. So the vehicular homicide charges for the 18-year-old who was behind the wheel of the vehicle. And then the wife had said, hey, there's already one tragedy. I've lost my husband and we don't need another one. And usually I have the same view on almost everything. I look at what outcomes are and what will be the best outcome for the most amount of people. That's sort of the lens I use in life to determine what is right and what is not right. And I look at a story like this, and I don't necessarily care about the emotional arguments, what is right, what is not right, what is the right punishment for these kids. However, if the wife of the person who has died, if she wasn't working with these kids to get rid of her pesky husband, if she had nothing to do with this, and she's literally just saying, hey, this was a terrible accident, and he wouldn't want any charges to be pressed here, I think you really got to take that into account. I think you do.
Volumes.
I think it's honestly a really big deal. I think it's a big deal that she's saying that. But there's a fundraiser for the family. And Sealand, let's get an update on this if you can find it. because I only have at the time of this article what it was up to. A fundraiser for the family of the beloved Georgia high school teacher killed in a freak accident during a student prank has more than doubled its goal after the story went viral yesterday.
Way more than doubled.
The original goal was $75,000 for the family and college funds for his 2 young sons. What are they at now on that?
They are at $415,852 raised.
Wow. Okay, you ain't kidding. The article when this came out, it was $200,000.
Yeah,
$200,000 when this article came out. Now it's coming up on $500,000. They said Jason's life was a blessing to so many, and his untimely passing would be indescribably difficult for his wife and 2 young boys for years to come. Please use this opportunity to come alongside them in their time of immediate need and future planning for his children. And so, I mean, they haven't announced anything. They still have the charges against them. They've all 5 of the kids have been arrested. The teacher who also teaches at the same school is saying she wants this to stop. She doesn't want any charges. But what's kind of... I'm sorry, the wife who's also a teacher at the school. The wife is also a teacher at school, and she wants the charges to be dropped and isn't interested in this. And it's like so many of these cases, people are hit with a slap on the wrist, released, and sent back out. And then situations like this, where it makes sense to be easier on the people, you don't see that happening. And I don't know why that is. It's a little frustrating to watch. There was a similar story we had on the show not too long ago, maybe last year or the year before, where this mother was upset because her kid was hit by a wrong way drunk driver. And everybody in the car, I believe, died, or several of the people in the car died, along with her son. And her son was up on some very, very serious charges because he was speeding at the time that the drunk driver ran into them head on.
Yes.
And he was going a little bit over the speed limit.
Who did we talk to?
Yeah. And the mother is saying, like, what the hell? I know that maybe by the letter of the law, he wasn't supposed to be speeding here, but the problem was the drunk driver who hit them head on. That's what caused these kids to be dead or very, very injured in this case. And it just seemed like there was no normal people involved in the justice system. I don't know if this is going to be the same thing, but let us know what you think about it. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. We have to take a quick break here. When we come back, I want to see what you think about this and everything else we've talked about. Got an update on another story we've been discussing, believe it or not, about the Pawn Stars guy. And we'll talk about what's happening in Iran, obviously, as we go on. Gas prices, is it going to get more expensive? All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The left lane's now blocked on the Greenway northbound past La Vista Boulevard. There's a crash getting cleared up there. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. Traffic's backed up on Orange Blossom Trail.
Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes. Go Mike activated.
From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. When it comes to metal roofing, professionals trust Tri-County Metals. Now, get rewarded with a factory direct rebate up to $500. Learn more and register at TriCountyMetals.com. Bring into your health with light imaging.
75 left. Grab your shirts while you can. Your promo code, if you're a Secret Show subscriber, that promo code's available over on thenewsjunkie.com. Look at the featured section. Great news, everybody. We got rid of the leader of Iran, says BDM. Bad news, it's the angrier son of the last guy. Where can we find the discount code? The CNJ Forge. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, look in featured, and look for the promo code link. Is the son angrier? Well, I mean, I imagine he's angry now. And I heard he's possibly injured. Is the son of Khomeini? Is he angrier? everybody, don't forget, tonight, if you're available, 8 o'clock is going to be Secret Shows. It will not be Thursday this week. It'll be Tuesday. Although I hesitate to even do a Secret Show with the level of negativity you were giving me about the eyeball hair. Kind of hurtful. Kind of hurtful. Isn't this the plot of Wizard of Oz? Word is that he's activating sleeper cells. Ryan, I don't know how much of that is like... Here's my theory on the sleeper cell thing. And tell me if you agree. My theory on the sleeper cell thing is when a country is in trouble, they push out this mysterious sleeper cell stuff. Not that they have these commandos positioned all over the world ready to inflict some sort of terrorist attack, but actually in the hopes that there's just some crazy out there who will do it for them, and that'll be a score on the board for them. I think it's less of like a strategic thing, like they're already there and they just have to activate these sleeper cells. And I think it's more of a, let's put this message out there and see if any crazies will kill for us. That's my theory. 90 seconds and we're back live. Hairy eyes are sexy. True. Everyone in that governing body is angry? Well, in Iran? Well, yeah, I mean, I would imagine especially now that would be the case, yeah. Could be psyops. That's just my gut. My gut tells me that this is one of those things that you throw out there, you hope there's some crazy who does it for you, and then you go, you see? You better stop bombing us or we'll have more of these. Like, okay, I guess. All right, here we go. Who? Thank you, weed consumer. Was the show on when I was just barking moments ago? I hope not. I have a really awkward moment on television. I'm going to play it for you in just a moment here, okay? You think it gets awkward on this show? Stand by.
Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms. I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being...
Viral Newsroom. So good to see you. So good to be with you. We got a lot to talk about today. Lots on the way in the next 3 hours on the show. Quick note, I just checked during the break. I don't get the notifications during the show because it would be too distracting. But we're down to 75 of the new T-shirt design, the merch drop that's available over on the website. There is a surprise forthcoming, but right now we have 75 of these that are left. So those are going to go today. I would say I'm very close to 100% sure those will all go today. But let us know what you think, and grab yours over on thenewsjunkie.com while those 75 are left. Each shirt comes with a magnet and a sticker and all of that good stuff. Real quick, I wanted to mention that when I say that this family, where the teacher was involved in this prank gone wrong, where the teacher ended up dead and the student ran him over in his truck, when I talk about them having a GoFundMe, I am not against that type of GoFundMe at all. I'm not against that type of GoFundMe. I don't have any issue.
Of course not.
With that.
For a family of two teachers?
Yeah, they don't have money, And I absolutely 100% can rationalize the idea of somebody going, I feel for this family. They got 2 little kids and we can do something to help here. And they get $400,000. I'm not against that, lest you listen to the show and think that. I'm absolutely positively not against that. But I am slightly, at least, against some of this when I see that there are very rich celebrities doing these GoFundMes. And the one in particular that I went after was the guy from Pawn Stars. And I don't know
when
what
he got in
that's
a
up to.
motorcycle accident.
Yeah, he got into the motorcycle accident. He said, I'm broke. I don't have any money. And it's like, dude, you've been on this show for 1 million years. And you're just now saying that you don't have any money and you need help with medical bills?
Especially when a celebrity like that makes the GoFundMe themselves. If it's one thing, he's like unconscious.
And pushes it.
Has been in a coma since the motorcycle accident. And a dear friend of his is asking for help. That would speak more to me than what he's doing right now.
I look at it and I go, there's only 2 options here. One option is that you are a terrible addict and you spent all your money away, or you're really, really bad at money or really bad at contracts and you haven't made any money from, I think we said over 100 episodes, 20-something seasons or whatever of the Pawn Stars show that
23.
this guy was on. 23 seasons of the show. How bad is your agent? How bad are you at getting any money? This guy must have made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and that's good. But either he has some sort of addict and he's spending addiction, he's spending all his money on the addiction, or he's just really terrible at all this. And it didn't make a lot of sense to me. The update on this, which makes it seem even worse, is Pawn Stars Corey Harrison shared a health update after his dad Rick raised questions over his fundraising. Known as the Big Hoss on the American reality show, the star was in a bad motorbike accident in Mexico back in January. The 42-year-old had a number of devastating injuries, and then he launched a GoFundMe, which he was promoting and talking about, I guess, to raise $100,000 in medical debt and related expenses. Now, I guess they've changed the target a bunch over the days. Is this isn't a link? Can you find his GoFundMe, C-Lane, too, so we can see what they've done with this? Because they don't link it in here. However, his father now is adding to the conversation. The father said he already covered his son's medical bills, saying in an article, as far as I know, I paid all of Corey's medical bills long before he put the GoFundMe out. Rick suggested there's no repayment schedule in place for his son. He's a grown man in his 40s and responsible for how he handles his finances. And Corey said, if he decided I don't have to pay him back the money, then happy birthday to me. But based on our personal and business relationship, I don't see how that's possible. I love my father very much. He's always been there for me, and I don't have a problem with him at all. Like, that's an interesting twist on this. You're not talking about paying the Mexican hospitals. You're talking about paying your dad back, who is definitely like a multi-millionaire for the Pawn Stars show. What the hell?
Too much business here.
I feel like the Pawn Stars guys made one too many deals on the Pawn Stars show, and now we're in the middle of the deal. And they're going, all right, here, the best I can do is this. Mm-hmm. Here's what I can do. The dad paid the medical bills, and he's still doing a GoFundMe. Did you see what it's at, C-Lane?
Yeah, I'm on the GoFundMe here, and it's a little odd. It says, Pawn Stars Corey Harrison needs help after motorcycle crash. Is that the one that we've been following?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I think.
Right now, I don't remember what the goal was last time we talked about it, but
they said 100,000.
I thought it was less, though. I thought it was much less. That's what was kind of weird about it.
What's that one?
This the goal is $30,000, and they've so far raised $13,400 and change.
I'm amazed that there's even that many people who will do it.
And it's put on by a guy called Aaron Chambers, Aaron with one A, A-R-O-N.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some stuff. It says, like, the truth about the crash. Help Corey Big Hoss Harrison recover from devastating motor. Blah, blah, blah. My name's. This is a huge, long, run-on paragraph with no formating.
But they're betting that you don't read it all and you just donate to the Pawn Stars guy.
There's an update on March 5th, which I feel like we would have seen, but it says, thank you to everyone who has donated. there has been a lot of misinformation out there about my net worth. And it says this is from Aaron Chambers, the organizer, but it's definitely like framed to be from Corey, about my net worth and about who has been paying my bills. I want to make it clear that every penny you have given is going toward my recovery. I am deeply indebted to all of my fans for your support, kindness, and generosity during this difficult time. Corey Harrison.
Well, he said specifically in the quote I just read that his father, he admitted that his father had paid those medical bills, and that he's saying, well, if I don't have to pay him back, then we're good to go.
Right. I mean this is from March 5th, so...
yeah. It just seems so scammy. You know what it seems like to me? I'm not saying this is the case. Let me get this out of the way so I don't hear from the lawyers and we don't have a whole bunch of, like, extra meetings and all. I'm not saying this is the case. I have no personal information on how this guy from Pawn Stars is doing in any way. But it sounds a lot like somebody who's addicted to pills. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds a lot like somebody who's addicted to pills and blown their money away and just starts doing really weird stuff. May I flash you back to the that attorney? There's a whole like docu-series about it and everything. The attorney that killed his wife and son because he was so strung out on pills and spent all his fortune on a bunch of drugs. What the hell was that guy's name? Oh, God. From either Alabama or...
Wait, are you talking about the South Carolina dude? This is the low country guy, Murdoch.
Yes,
Oh,
Murdoch.
yes.
The Murdoch guy. That guy got so hooked up in pills that he flipped over all of the money he had made. He ended up broke again, and he ended up doing a bunch of things that were financially super embarrassing.
Stole from victims, personal
He did.
injury
Yeah.
lawsuits.
Yeah, they had money that was paid out to victims that he was representing at his law firm, and he took the money.
Are we talking about the same guy? Because I thought the Murdoch case was like the one where his kid killed somebody on a boat.
No, that was part of the layers of it all.
Okay.
Yeah, his kid killed somebody on the boat. That's what started everything. But eventually, he killed his kid and his own wife and framed it like he was being attacked by some haters. And he did all this to hide the fact that he had gone deep into bankruptcy and was financially a mess because of his pill addiction. This is that kind of behavior. Again, I am not saying that Corey Harrison from Pawn Stars has a pill addiction. I'm saying it looks like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it looks like somebody doing that. Where there's no way you did 23 seasons of one of the biggest reality shows of all time on the History Channel and you never made your money. Ever. So if you did make your money, then what the hell did you do with all of it? And then if you did make your money, and I know your dad made his money, your dad is a very, 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 very wealthy man off of that show. Why are you trying to get fans to pay back the money your pops loaned you to pay for your Mexico medical bills? All of it just, this hits me wrong. The teacher thing, again, is fine and a good thing, and we're people helping people. Dig it. Totally dig it. This, something smells fishy about it to me. Something else is going on here. We'll see what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
You mentioned in your version of the article, and I don't know when that was written, that the goal has changed a few times, and I just said it was $30,000, but I'm reading an article that was published on Saturday, the 7th of March, and it says in the article at the time of writing that the GoFundMe had raised 9 of its $18,000 goal.
Okay, so they moved it up.
Yeah.
They moved it up even more. Man Kickin' says it's probably to pay for his continuing care. Well, the problem is he's admitting here, his father said, I paid for all his medical bills. And he said, oh, if I don't have to pay my dad back, then fine, we're good to go. So it doesn't sound like it's about anything other than paying the debt back to his mega rich dad when he should have his, like, I don't know.
Or if Man Kickin's onto something here and it's part of the continuing care, pills could be a part of that. You know, when a lot of people do get that addiction when they have a bad injury and the drugs that they get on for the injury run out.
Yeah, that happens a lot. In fact, right now, Dylan's dealing with a lot of back pain and had to go and get some scans done, and he's getting some like physical therapy done because his back was just absolutely killing him. And I was like, hey, just so you know, I want you to be very, very careful if they give you any medication for this. I'm trying to look out for you here. I love you. You're my son. Don't do, you know, that is a time when people get injured like that. It is absolutely a time that people who otherwise wouldn't fall into traps like addiction, whew, boy, it can pull you right in. And I'm not saying it makes you a weak person or anything. I'm just saying it happens. It's a thing that absolutely and totally happens. Let us know your thoughts. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Grab one of the dwindling supply of merch from this very limited drop over at thenewsjunkie.com. And we'll get into, let's see, maybe we can get into a dispatch or two here on the show. You can always reach out and send us a dispatch. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com to do that. Somebody's asking about the promo code. Denise says, hey, I'm a subscriber, and I'm unable to see what the promo code is for the new shirts. I clicked on the link on the Facebook page. I couldn't see where it was. Denise, this is the best way to do this. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, look in the featured section, and you'll see something that says merch promo code. Click that, and if you're logged in on an account that's subscribed, that you should be able to see the promo code. If not, email me back and I'll send you the promo code.
If you're having trouble seeing it, it's easier to see if you're on the desktop version, you know, like if you're on a computer, laptop, PC, whatever. If you're on your phone, you go to the featured section, you only see one thumbnail. You got to dial through those thumbnails to find it.
Yeah, that's true. It'll like advance forward over time, I think, where you just hit forward. Anyway, Steve emails and he says, Sean, talking about the 90s and the bit you opened the show with, you mean in the future we actually watch radio on the TV and the host won't take live calls and makes you record messages and plays them if he feels like it?
Yes.
Well, technically, yeah. That's that part is an accurate representation, Steve. Yes, thank you. I'm going to hold on to these. I will get to more of the dispatches moving forward. More AI layoffs coming in, more chaos at the airport. In fact, we'll talk about what's going down with TSA. We end up at the airport once more. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Robots don't get hungover. That's why.
Hello.
There's a crash on John Young Parkway at South Park Center Loop, Commodity Circle. Look out for a crash on the Greenway northbound.
Welcome behind the scenes of the show.
Left lane still blocked there. I-4, you're going to get caught up in some slowdowns through the city in between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. There's no serious accidents on the major roadways slowing you down. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 8.
Did that last rejoin not mute?
From the traffic center of James.
That's weird.
This report is sponsored by
Yeah, C-Lane. C-Lane, is there any reason why that last rejoin wouldn't have muted? I thought I hit it, but maybe I didn't.
Yeah, that was the only thing I could think, because I noticed it was still the wide shot, and I go, oh, that must not have fired.
Yeah, I'll have to double check every time, but I thought I hit it. I must not have hit it. And by the way, to the person coming after my rejoins, what the hell? What the hell? Can you not just be nice for 5 seconds? Actually, I wish that the rejoin was muted because I have terrible taste in music, and I really want Sean just to play Oingo Boingo for every rejoin. Come on. Come on. I can't listen to real radio on their app, but I can listen to other stations? What? What does that mean? Ban them? Oh, I'm not going to ban them. I didn't have Oingo Boingo on my Ingo Bingo card. Want more rejoins from Rusted Roots? It's just like, sometimes some of you in chat are just, it's like you're looking for something to be upset about. And I was going to do the unban request. I was going to bring the unban request to you right now. But maybe not. Maybe not. I'll turn this car around. Did Sean ever see the pony dispatch? Oh, I did. I posted that up in the Hall of Fame. Kathy says, I'm a relatively new listener to the show and most recently to the chat room. I really like your style with interacting with the chat room. Kathy, first of all, thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry about the hair and the eye thing. And Kathy, how did you stumble on the show? I'm interested to know. If it's not Jimmy Buffett, it sucks. Blue coat, always angry and hurt? I think it's deeper than that, my friend. All right, how much time do we have? Damn, we're late. Okay. Unban request. Flats Fisherman. Flats Fisherman was being routinely negative and seeking attention with a lot of posts, especially about gifted subs. He was okay in his emails to me, but thought it was like something else that I was mad about. I don't want people like pissing in the punch bowl. Like really we could have like a better overall enjoyable time without like the negativity. And Flats Fisherman was routinely doing that over and over and over again to the point where he triggered me with something that was just obnoxious about. I think he was like mad about Sun State John gifting subs or something. It was just so obnoxious to me. So taking away from a fun moment. Such a fun sucker that I banned him. And then he circumvented and went over on Twitch and I banned him on there. And he's emailed a couple of times. And I will say he's been respectful on the email side, which I do appreciate. And, he said, like, I'll continue to listen to the show, but, just wanted to say I'd like to be unbanned, etc., etc. And I do know his name from being around for a while. But there's the case. So I bring it to you. Flats Fisherman. His fate is in your hands. Unbanned or stay banned? Unbanned or stay banned? Unban or stay banned? You can use either one. Oh, ban. Sticking with a ban for him. I'd say unbanned, final warning. I think that's fair. Unban or stay banned? Bacon and Eggs has been banned for a very long time. I don't know what you're talking about. Stay banned? Unbanned? No more? Stay banned? Oh, God. Unbanned? Stay banned? I think unbanned final warning is good for me. But you guys are more split on this than I anticipated. There's a big split. Unbanned from Vicky. Public apology. Unbanned. Last chance right now. Unban or stay banned? Unban or stay banned, chat? I'm not taking ban requests. Unban final warning? All right, we're coming back.
Quarterback, their running back, now they've got their number one.
And the first pitch of the new baseball season.
At the wall! Oh, my goodness!
You're one tap away. Open the iHeart app and stream your local sports stations. Catch the latest news on Fox Sports Radio or dive into the world's biggest sports podcasts. Open the free app, search sports, and listen now.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
Available over on thenewsjunkie.com. Those are going blazing fast. A surprise tomorrow on the show as well. But get them while you can because there's only a handful left over at thenewsjunkie.com. It's apparently been pretty bad at the airport still. I keep seeing long lines at the TSA and people complaining about how long it was and stories about the TSA being stuck in this limbo with like a partial government shutdown. And then spring break runs into all of this, and it turns into a whole hell of a mess. And several U.S. airports experiencing hours-long TSA delays throughout yesterday. And they said nearly 2.8 million passengers went through TSA checkpoints on Sunday. That's the busiest day since January 4th. January 4th, that's people coming back from like New Year's Eve vacation, I guess, right? January 4th would be big.
Going back to work.
Yeah, headed back. Yeah, because what was that like what was January 4th? Was it like a Sunday or something, or was that right before?
Yeah, we had like a weird one this year. January 4th was a Sunday.
Yeah, this past Sunday was the biggest week for TSA busyness since that January 4th date, and there were texts going out from the airlines. And the texts were saying things like, I texted a whole bunch of people and said, you got to be early because there was a 3-hour wait at the time for TSA.
A 3-hour wait.
I don't know that I've ever been in a 3-hour airport wait.
No.
That's me being fortunate, I think.
Yeah, I'll knock on wood too. I think I've been a little hour and a half, but that would have been international going through customs.
I've been a lot of annoying situations like the flight keeps getting canceled and rescheduled and changed, and then you're there for 3 or 4 hours at the airport, and then you run into the problem where you go, I'm going to have 2 drinks before the flight takes off, and then the flight keeps getting delayed, and you're like, uh-oh, I might see an elderly woman on the wing by the time this flight.
Yeah. Colonial woman.
I am drunk. Colonial woman, yes. Elderly colonial woman, even. Yeah. I'll be that drunk.
If she's colonial, isn't she probably elderly by default?
We're getting blacked out drunk is what you're saying, right?
I'm saying I'm too hammered to get on the plane. I'm saying I have been in that situation, but not 3 hours at the TSA line. That's a little bit rough. So if you have seen that out there, let us know. On the show from time to time, there have been, and brace yourself, some of you may not have experienced this, but on this show, there have been fights. From time to time. It's like things come to a head and you fight with each other. It's usually C-Lane fighting with somebody. And
Big,
crazy.
Big fight.
Yeah. He's just being really hardcore about whatever his issue is of the day. And it gets weird and it gets awkward on the show. I think, and I'll just go ahead and tell you, when that happens on the show, it's generally it's a real thing. It's like a real reaction. It's actual, real personalities coming together and maybe butting heads. But I think there's a number of people out there who try to fake that. I think there's a lot of shows out there that try to fake that. I don't necessarily know why. I mean, it could be exciting, I guess, for a listener. But I think shows try to fake that kind of fighting amongst personalities. And there's a video that's gone viral over the last couple of days that I think is an example of, it doesn't seem real to me. It seems like they're faking it. And it's these tennis commentators. And let's be honest, are we going to be talking about tennis commentators on the tennis channel unless they're fighting with each other?
Not particularly.
Not on this show. Not on this show. On our show, maybe. Vicious says 3 best friends unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? Yeah, it's even right there in the promo. But on this show, it's been real. The fights are real. It's like interactions that are real. Tell me if you guys agree with me, Celia and Sabrina. Tell me if you think this is...
Of course I don't agree with you.
Fake.
Let's fight.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying this right. What I'm saying is I think they're leaning into it.
It's a bit.
Yes, I think it's a bit. I do. I think it's a bit. But you've been doing this for a while. You know what it would feel like to be in a bit like that. Tell me if you think these two on the Tennis Channel are bidding with each other or if this is real on-air drama. Here it is.
That's so good.
Chris, what do you have to say for yourself?
Is this going to be a thing now? Like, we're just going to just keep every week just being like, oh, can you break 103?
Chris, we could go back out today before the big T. And
Are they talking about them playing tennis and serving 100 miles an hour, 103 miles an hour, or whatever?
That is fast.
That's I'm impressed with both of them. If they're over 100
Same.
miles an hour, I'm like, okay, damn, you guys are awesome. You guys are the greatest tennis players I've ever met. I haven't met many. But we're listening to Chris Eubanks and Coco Vandeweghe, I think, is, I'm not saying Vandalay with a bit of a
Vandeweghe.
with a childlike twinge.
We can love tennis.
I think her name is Coco Vandeweghe. Damn, now I just feel like a little kid saying Coco Vandeweghe and Chris Eubanks. I think this is a bit, but I'll give you more.
Chris, what do you have to say for yourself?
Is this going to be a thing now? Like, we're just going to just keep every week just being like, oh, can you break 103?
Chris, we could go back out today before the big T and try to. I'll wear this dress and throw down maybe a 115. I'll keep it. I'll keep rising.
See, here's the thing about me and you, Coco. I don't like to just bask in my own career and accomplishments. I like to focus on the players. I like to talk about everyone else. I don't want to talk about myself and what I did and what my serve was. It's just, I understand we're a little different. I get that. But let's just try to focus on the players, huh? These are world-class athletes.
Oh, he dropped a hun in there, I think. Was that a hun? Let me go back. Was that a hun? It seemed like he did. Let's just try to focus on the players.
But let's just try to focus on the players, huh? These are world-class athletes. That's where the focus should be on you and I.
Yeah, I don't know if he was doing a let's focus on the players, huh? Or hun, which would be a little bit more.
Sitting up here in our little fancy clothes out there trying to test our serve speed.
Well, the difference also between you and I is I keep recreating a new career, and I just did it yesterday. But Hannah and I had a great time, Chris. It was a revenge of our revenge match from the 14. And
I think they're playing a bit together.
I think that the bit was intended at first, but now we're getting a lot of passive aggressive.
I feel like they
backhanded.
She said, "What about you, Chris? What do you think?" Like she started leaning into
That's
him.
what we say to Sealand when you and I fight.
What about you, Chris? What do you think? Pick a side.
It's even weirder when you call me Chris.
That's when you know things are serious on the show. It's getting right past. No Dolores Lane or nothing like that. Right to it. Actually, I think they're leaning in because they need to fill time on the Tennis Channel. And let's be honest. Tennis is a little boring. I don't mean to be mean about things, but it is a little bit boring. In fact, I might say that tennis would go on the Chalamet list with opera and whatever else he was crapping on as the boring category in the sports world.
Golf is more boring than tennis.
I can understand your argument there.
Thank you for saying that, Chris.
The only reason I disagree with you is because I can watch golf longer because golf has better, more beautiful surroundings usually.
True.
And the tennis, they're stuck on the ugly tennis court. And it doesn't have like when you're watching a tennis court, those grunts are the only fun thing you can hear. There's no cool visuals. They don't have like the basketball courts now have screens and stuff under them. They don't have any of that. It's all boring.
Okay,
boring.
Back in the 90s, tennis and golf didn't have screens. Neither did basketball.
No, but I'm saying in the here and now, I can't watch tennis. So I need these guys fighting to make it at least as exciting as this clip was.
Do you think if it was a full bit that they would be coming at each other's careers, taking digs like that?
Just the way she leaned in, like you never would have leaned in and said like, what do you think about this, Sean? It's like when a real fight happens, you know what happens? You run into each other. You butt heads and verbally you run into each other. And that's the way it goes. It's not like
maybe they're just better at fighting than you two are.
Could be.
I'll go right now. 103 versus 113 miles an hour.
You throwing grenades in over there? Is that what you're up to?
Got him.
I think it's a bit. One of the top comments says, somebody said, Chris Eubanks is a legend for this. And then it says, for being a child on air, for having a conversation on air that should have been off air and more respectful. No, he's not a legend. He's an eye-rolling douche. This is not about her. It's about his professionalism. While the criticism towards Coco may or may not be justified, Chris's response and reaction was not. You do not throw your coworker under the bus on live TV.
Yeah.
Very unprofessional. Mm-hmm. Have this conversation off air if you must.
Boring, though. I do want to see it on air.
You don't have any balls unless you do this to a coworker who's really in a lurch. That's when you have it. Like if somebody on the Today Show is to toss a grenade at Savannah Guthrie when she got back. You know what I mean? Like that's a risk.
That would be uncalled for, Sean.
Of course it would be. Which is why it would be
I thought you were about to make an example.
If you sat next to Savannah Guthrie and you're like,
he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Anything you've been missing lately? Or if you threw some bombs at her, everybody in the world would go, you monster. This is about their
Listen, I know where my
steeds.
parents are.
Oh. You guys, come on.
You know.
Poor Nancy.
I saw a link yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No. Oh. Well, no, you know where your parents are.
In heaven.
Yikes. But true. True.
But no, I saw a link the other day. Yesterday, I think it was, and it was like Nancy Guthrie updates. Day 37 or 38 or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, and there's been really nothing.
Yeah.
There's been nothing that has really changed in that story, unfortunately, for all the people involved. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. You could tell us whether you thought this was staged or not. I feel like it was. I think they're leaning into it. I think they wanted some excitement on a pretty boring show, just to be honest with you. But that's me. Tell me what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? The Pokemon Company's back in the headlines, but this time not for a six-figure Pikachu. No better time than absolutely not. Coming April, yay in LA for only one show in USA, despite Europe saying nay to yay, I'll explain.
Ooh.
Plus, PSA, that was not on purpose. If you're the next singer for Boston, do not make any plans on March 9th, ever. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and...
Hello? Chat, what do you think? Real or fake? Real or fake? I think that sounded contrived. So many of these stories about companies laying off a ton of employees and using AI as the excuse. Just out of curiosity, chat, when you hear that a company is laying off, let's say, 10 or 20% of their workforce, and they blame AI, do you believe them? Or do you think that maybe that's just like an excuse that sometimes people are using to fire a bunch of people? Like, oh yeah, us too. AI. Gotta fire people. $200 for Gorillas tickets? No way. That's so expensive. Couple of minutes and we're back live, everybody. AI, Sean. Not real. No, I do not. You don't believe them. No, I was in telecom and the layoffs were annual events. That's true. There are literally a lot of companies that just like every year. And I think sometimes they'll blame it on the economy or AI, and they are actually just compiling a list of the employees that they don't like, that they want to go, woo! See you later. My skill's not in the AI crosshairs. Good for you. AIs can dance better than that? That was a pretty good dance, I thought. They're covering their ass for overspending on AI theory. One of the companies I saw doing this is Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley laying off 2,500 people. And Morgan Stanley says we're laying off 2,500 people because of AI. I mean, I guess that could be the case, right? Are they using AI to make all these decisions? And 2,500 people, I feel like it's a lot of people. They have a lot of employees, but it's a lot of people. I asked AI how to get cheaper gas, and it said find an extra job. True. Let us see. Lady is elsewhere. Maybe she'll stop by today. We'll see. Maybe Lady will pop in. 90 seconds, and then we're back with the next episode. Shouts out to the Lady Dog emote. What % of their total workforce is that? Wow. Only 3%. 2,500 Morgan Stanley employees is only 3% of their total workforce. They got a lot of employees. That's a lot. 1 minute, we're coming back live. It's going to become more and more common? True. Absolutely true. We're going to see more and more of that. Ain't no getting away. Okay, we're coming back.
Teachers have been recognized for the amazing work they do in classrooms across America each and every day.
Speaking for all teachers, we don't do this for the recognition, but it's nice to get it sometimes.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose.
It's always nice to know that we have a positive impact.
We're helping get teachers the resources they need to inspire the next generation.
It's the family, it's the student, it's the teacher and the school, and even the community, so it's a team effort.
Just go to iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And I also want to remind you, don't forget, there are a dwindling number of the latest design. I told you it was limited, and limited it is. You've been gobbling those up. Grab the latest handful over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and then a little surprise for you tomorrow. But grab those while they're available. I think there's like 60 or somewhere around that left.
Damn.
That's it. So go get them right now while you can over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing. Weather's nice.
Nailed
It's
it.
time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguydawn.com. The host of the Home Loans Radio Show, the host of Your Better Life, much easier, makes the process of shopping for a mortgage, refinancing your home, buying your first dream home, a lot less hassle and more stress-free. And if you want to start that process right now, go to his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Very easy to navigate through. Chock full of information for you. And any question you have, direct access to the man himself. ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
65 years ago, 1981, Barbie got her eternal boyfriend when Mattel introduced friggin' Ken.
Yeah.
But they broke up.
Oh, no.
2004.
Wow.
Update, Ken won her back in 2011. This campaign to win her back, listen up those that want to get back with their ex-lovers. All you have to do is put up some billboard with messages including, and I quote, Barbie, we may be plastic, but our love is real. And then they just bumped fronts.
Did Barbie ever have another guy, or was it just Ken and then not Ken?
I think it was just Ken.
So it wasn't
unless
like
I missed something.
There wasn't like a Chad for a little while or any other option.
So you're going by the Barbie movie, but I believe that was just different iterations of Ken, and then Michael Cera's character was just Ken's best friend. Wait, wasn't it Chad?
His name wasn't Chad, was it? What was the gay Barbie character?
He was not gay. There's nothing. Didn't say he was gay.
Seemed a little.
There was who was the one that was played by Michael Cera? I don't think he was a
That's
love
the one
interest.
Sean's calling gay.
But
Michael Cera.
I asked Google if Barbie had any other boyfriend besides Ken, and it says yes. Barbie famously dated an Australian surfer named Blaine Gordon in 2004 after breaking up with Ken. A shocking move that lasted for about 2 years. Blaine was introduced during the Cali Girl era and was marketed as the brother of Barbie's friend Summer.
Okay.
It was Alan. He was Alan. And it says, while not explicitly stated by Mattel, the character of Alan from Barbie is widely considered to be a queer icon.
Okay.
Whatever that means. That's what
It's a good thing you said icon, because just stopping before that would have been problematic. He's widely considered to be a queer.
13-year-old me wouldn't believe it was possible, but here we are regardless.
Also, as far as widely considered, we might have to widely consider that March 9th is cursed when it comes to this band.
Boston
is right.
Oh, yeah. Rip that guy.
Rip all the guys, but the most recent Boston lead singer Tommy DiCarlo is passed.
Damn.
And according to reports, he joined the band 2008. Original singer Brad Delp took his own life. He was actually working as a credit manager at Home Depot. No onstage experience. Guitarist / band leader Tom Schultz hired Tommy after his wife saw a YouTube video of him singing the Boston song Don't Look Back. But the coincidence all being, DiCarlo died March 9th. Delp, March 9th.
Ooh, that's weird. Same exact day.
So if they're looking for a new lead singer, beware of the 9th of March forever.
Is it the Tides of March or the Ides of March?
The 9s of March.
I think they're Ides.
Are they Ides?
But now it's the 9th of March, so
okay.
Just don't do anything. Stay in a bubble.
I'll do my best.
Or maybe go to this guy's concert because he's going on tour.
Kanye West.
A kind of tour. Kanye has announced an album launch show in LA. The last time he did this was 2021, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that he just stood in the middle.
Yeah.
And listened with everybody.
It's not a concert. It's just like one of the things where he plays music.
It's at an album launch show.
Oh, okay. Because if he did the show, like he just played in Mexico City or in Mexico somewhere, and I think I would go to that after seeing some of the videos from it.
Was that the one where
was he doing Bully, the new album?
No, he did a bunch of like his classic hits. And he ended with one of his songs that Courtney really likes. And every single beat was perfectly timed to a fireworks show.
Oh, wow.
As like 60,000 people were watching in this stadium. And I watched it and I was like, that's a pretty good show. I think I would see that if he was turning the corner here. But
so let's see if I could sell you. It's going to be SoFi Stadium, April 3rd, billed as West's only performance in Los Angeles. He'll be performing in support of his new album, Bully, which is set to be released March 20th. Tickets will be going on sale later on this week. He launched a website to promote the show, directing fans to submit their email addresses and pre-save Bully to complete your pre-registration to see him in the USA.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to hear Bully. I don't care. I want to hear like the classics.
Now, he did announce another date, but this is in the Netherlands. I guess it was a high demand for the first date, initially advertised as a one-night-only event, but here we are talking about 2 and 3 and 4 nights. Other European places that I believe he may have announced are saying, no, we don't want you necessarily to come here because of all the Nazi stuff still. So
wasn't that sort of a thing that he ran into with the Mexico City shows where they were worried and he was trying to like promise he wouldn't sing the Nazi song?
I guess he didn't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anything. All I saw was a handful of clips and it looked like an amazing show.
All right. We have plenty of time to give that to you for your birthday. Is that what you want?
But I don't want to go pay money to see Kanye West hit play.
I'm saying you want it as a birthday gift. I'll start a GoFundMe right now.
I don't want to spend any hard-earned money seeing anybody hit play. I don't like that. But I'll see a performance. That I would pay for.
Amen, sister. And once again, the folks behind this massively popular, decades-long company,
Pokemon.
Pokemon is right. Both of you catch them all 2 points each. Now, they have been forced to, or at least saying forced, according to thehill.com, to distance themselves from the Trump administration. They have used their imagery once again. The White House shared on Instagram and X an image seemingly taken from the cover of the new Pokemon Pokopia video game. I'm unfamiliar. With the words "Make America Great Again" written across the picture in a playful font. The post caption includes the acronym MAGA as well as a lightning bolt emoji, the latter perhaps referencing Pikachu. The White House did not appear to link its Pokemon-themed imagery to anything specific, but now we have Pokemon, the company, saying in a statement, "We are aware of the recent social content that includes the imagery. We are not involved in its creation or distribution. No permission was granted for the use of our intellectual property. Our mission is to bring the world together, and that mission is not affiliated with any political viewpoint or agenda." Bum, bum, bum. Also, Nintendo is taking legal action against Donald Trump's tariffs. So, little video game for all of you guys. Are you aware of the Nintendo tie-in, or shall we dive
about today?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Today, March 10th, Nintendo?
You don't know what today is?
No.
Calls himself the video
Tetris
game.
Day? No, that wouldn't be Nintendo. Well, that would be Game Boy. Was today when the first Nintendo was released or something?
No, today is Mario Day.
What?
Oh, March 10th, Mario.
And what better day than to take legal action against the administration than Mario Day?
Quickly.
Yeah,
Best Mario Brothers, go. 3, 2, 1.
64.
Luigi.
No. Which game?
Oh, okay.
Which game?
Oh, I
3,
mean,
2, 1.
3 for the original Nintendo.
I don't know. Super Mario World. I love Nintendo. The Super Nintendo game.
There's no wrong answer. All of the people will say 3 or 1, Super Mario 1 or 3 on NES. I am like the weirdo here. I really liked Mario Brothers 2 for some reason. I like the graphics on that one.
Sick.
But I liked them all.
That was actually a Japanese game called Doki Doki Panic that they just swapped the characters out.
That's what I call it.
I'm sorry, what now? Doki Doki Panic?
Yeah, Super Mario's 2 in Japan was like just a lot like 1.
Oh.
I also love Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, that was cool. That was a great game.
Thank you. On the boob tube, Doki Dokis. But I played it.
Oh, okay.
Now I don't know what song I'm going to play. On the boob tube.
Uh-huh.
We have Coast to Coast Tuesday. Who's going to win? Spurs Celtics, Lakers, Timberwolves, as long as they're all having fun. Good luck. The streaming premiere of Fukushima.
Well, sorry. What? Try that again, please.
Fukushima, a nuclear nightmare on HBO Max.
Yep.
One Piece on Netflix. Derek Stroop, Nostalgic on Netflix, and you can catch Harrison Ford getting off his plane and onto Kimmel. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Most importantly, stay with me, America. Woo-hoo.
Smoke weed every day.
How many basketball teams were playing in that game?
It's coast to coast.
It's 2 games, I think. 4 teams.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I just like to say all of them at the same time. But
they've got a
light
new
bulb.
No, it's like,
Four teams play at once.
If they did 4-on-4, I'd probably tune in. If they did it like Hungry Hippos or Crossfire, you know?
Where they have to eat the basketballs?
No, there's 2 basketball courts in the shape of a plus.
Okay.
And they intersect in the middle.
All right.
And then they're like, there's hoops on either side of each one of those. And then they can, like, in the middle, any of the teams could steal from each other. I'd watch it.
I'd watch it too.
I don't know if
Gonna have to flesh out those rules a little better, but sure, I'll watch it.
Oh my God. Really? Here to just come on.
Yeah.
There was an idea in the making right there.
Go play your Doki Doki Panic.
It's Mario Brothers 2, and it was fun. It was a fun game.
I bet you
I
like
liked
that
it.
Mario Paint PC game too, didn't you?
I never tried that one.
It was
But I
awful.
like Mario 1 and Mario 2 and Mario 3 were so fun. Those games were so great. And then after that, games got too hard for me. And yes, that is a self-report. I suck at video games, admittedly. Games got hard after that. With the birth of the Sega Genesis, they weren't making them as much for little kids anymore. And everybody was just so much better than me at
You
the
got
video
left
games.
behind.
I
Yeah.
did. I sucked at all of them. My friends would play Mortal Kombat, and I go, you just kind of bash on the keys, right? Or you hit the pad as
And then
fast
they
as you
take
can.
your spine out of your mouth.
Oh my God, they're doing the bicycle kick thing, and they would make a joke about, it's Sean that we're playing here, so we could pick the worst character.
Yeah, close your eyes and see how fast it can beat Sean still.
They would still get. It's really hurtful, but true. It worked. All right, when we come back, we'll get to you. Your dispatches are coming up on the show. Also, we have updates coming on out of Iran. We'll see what's happening there. And out of New York with the story we were talking about, more layoffs in the AI world. What the hell is happening? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number 1 on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash blocking all lanes in both directions on Darrell Carter Parkway at Regency Village Drive. That's right by I-4. Try to avoid that area as much as possible and keep an eye out for emergency crews, police activity on the roadways. I-4, you're going to get stuck in some slowdowns between...
Yeah. Damn. Lady dog. What are you doing? You don't need no cheese ball.
Come on.
Hey, I'll give her a cheese ball. Lady, you want crunchy cheese ball? These are pretty old, dude. Okay, chill out. Okay. I don't have a date, but these are pretty old. Well, suffice to say, they aren't new, lady. Here you go. Come here. Crunchy, ready? I hurt your teeth on that then.
You want to trade me those 2 bottles?
Okay, get out. Thank you. Come on. No, you had the cheese ball.
Lay down.
I'm not done. I already gave you one. Hello. In Mortal Kombat, you press B and X and back to get the spine pulled out. Like,
I used to just... And I saw a video yesterday of some guy who's a star Tetris player who streams himself, and he has the remote down like this, and he's just like... He's got the NES remote, and he's slapping it like this, and every Tetris piece is perfectly going where it needs to go. You know, amazing. Couple of minutes and we're back live. You are mean to that puppy? You don't believe that. I don't think you believe that. Oh, I didn't unban the Flats Fisherman guy. He's still at the gates. He's locked at the gates, y'all. Okay. Some of these names that are banned are just horrific. There we go. He's unbanned on YouTube. Last chance for Mr. Flats Fisherman. The Flats has been released. This is his last chance. If he's a negative Nancy or obnoxious, boom! Right in the kisser. Never to be unbanned again. If he's chill, we're good. 2026 is 18% over. Crazy. Show us the list. I mean, I literally wouldn't tell you half of the names on the list. Half of the list is like really, really offensive things that were in the usernames to begin with. We got some mailbox money on the way. And a mother of the day when we come back. Quick Skull Mike only post. A stunning new NBC News poll is gauging the popularity of a bunch of big figures on planet Earth. The survey of 1,000 registered voters was wrapped up on March 3rd, which was, like a week ago or so. And they said 41% of respondents had a positive view of Trump, 41% approval for Trump, 42% approval for the Pope, 35% approval for Stephen Colbert, 34% approval for Marco Rubio, 38% approval for J.D. Vance, and 38% approval for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Trump was higher than all of those except for the Pope. Democrats, yay! Democrats, big yikes. Democrats in general are less popular than any of those things. Not very good. Gavin Newsom, 27% favorable. They don't like him. So the Democratic Party, 30% favorable. The GOP, 37% favorable. And ICE, 38% favorable. That means ICE has a higher approval rating than the Democratic Party. ICE has a higher approval rating than the Democratic Party. And almost the GOP, which just shows you that nobody really likes any of these things. including Stephen Colbert. They're not very popular. We're coming back.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is the...
So good to hear from you. So good to have you here. You can join us on the show. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Also, don't forget, you have just a matter of time before the new merch drop is sold out. There are, I think, less than 50 or around 50 of them left, so those should go today. I'd be blown away if they didn't. Grab them before they sold out or sell out all the way, and then I got a little surprise for you tomorrow on the show. But those are a very limited release, and they're almost all gone. Check out the merch drop over on thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Time for our Mother of the Day, everybody.
Mother of the Day.
You guys see this lady at Universal City Walk? What happened with her?
Oh,
Woo!
I don't know if I have, but I'm excited.
Let me bring this up for you here. Channel 6 had a story about this woman who is our Mother of the Day, and the headline says it all. I'll give you more, though. Drunk mom jailed after child found alone at Universal City Walk Bar.
That'll do it.
What? Amanda Thorpe, 33 years old, faces charges of child neglect. Amanda, what are you doing? You're a bad drinker, Amanda. I'll tell you what she did here in a second. Besides the obvious. A Lake Mary woman was arrested over the weekend after a young daughter was left alone at a bar in Universal City Walk, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. In the arrest affidavit, deputies said they were called to the CW Shoreline Bar. I don't even know what that is. CW Shoreline Bar at around 10:30 p.m. on Saturday after a 12-year-old was found by herself. Deputies say the girl was visibly upset, crying, and sitting alone on a bar stool by the bar. What a scene, dude. You've left your 12-year-old, and she's crying at a bar stool by herself at the bar. The mother, identified as 33-year-old Amanda Thorpe, our Mother of the Day, had taken her to the bar while already intoxicated. It's time for some life changes, Amanda.
Sweet, I'll be right back.
Party. Amanda, you partied too hard one last time, and now it's time for some changes. An unidentified patron of the bar stated something that upset Amanda, and Amanda said she wanted to go to the Red Coconut Club, to which her daughter responded that she wanted to go back to the hotel room because she was tired. Yeah, I mean, the 12-year-old doesn't want to be at the bar. She wants to be back at the hotel room.
It's been a long
Amanda got livid with her daughter and gave her daughter the middle finger, saying to her face, F you, and she left the bar without her daughter. Afterwards, deputies say they were able to track Thorpe down to the Red Coconut Club, where she was spotted on the dance floor by herself with an alcoholic beverage
I'm a cool mom
in her hand. According to investigators, Thorpe claims she thought the girl was with her the entire time. The mother did appear to be drunk. Yeah, you might say so. The cop says, I noticed Amanda had red, bloodshot eyes, uncontrollable swaying of the body, and unbalance while walking, and the scent of fruity purities coming from her breath.
Fruity purities?
Purities. Had not heard that written that way before.
Gets you messed up, though. Tell you that.
She was taken into custody and now faces a charge of child neglect. Her kid says, Mom, can we just go back to the hotel? I don't want to be at the bar. And she says, F you to her 12-year-old and middle finger. Goes middle
You're
finger to her 12-year-old.
Kill, kiddo.
That's, ma'am, stop drinking. Stop drinking. You are a terrible drinker and a terrible mom in the moment. However, You will never change from being a terrible drinker, and you could change from being a terrible mom. That's the important thing about life. It's never too late to start being a good parent.
Yeah. And kid who got the double bird right in her face by her mom.
Stop being such a killjoy.
No, take advantage of this. Remember when you made national news, Mom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am going to stay out past curfew.
This is way more traumatic than anything I ever did to Dylan. And,
yeah, right.
I understand that even with my own advice of saying it's never too late to be a good parent, you could say, well, what's your excuse, Sean? I try within my bounds, but I don't know that Amanda Laurel Thorpe, 33 years old, in Orange County Jail in the mugshot that I'm looking at, I don't know that she is trying.
Man,
you can come out of this.
Look at the beads,
They
too.
took the mugshot before she took off her Mardi Gras beads. What a
I
kick
earned
of the
these.
nuts.
She's got Mardi Gras beads around her neck. She was partying a little too hard. I can't, oh my God. Being a parent, I can't imagine getting hammered drunk. Your 12-year-old says, can we please go back to the hotel, and putting your middle finger in a 12-year-old's face, your child, and saying, F you, and leaving your kid behind. And when the cops arrive and you're at the club dancing by yourself and you have no idea, you're like, I thought she was with me the whole time.
Before or after you flicked her off in the face.
That's so messed up. That is, Jesus. Get it together, Amanda. And if you want to reach out to the show for like a redemption arc, that we'll allow it. We'll allow it. For now, she finds herself with some charges of child neglect.
I'd never heard of this bar, the Shoreline. I
don't know it either.
It's a quick service drink stand. It's barely a bar.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Mardi Gras? Or not Mardi Gras. Is it Margaritaville's quick service bar?
I think it's in that curve, like as you're on your way to the parks.
Okay.
It looks familiar.
Margaritaville's has a more themed name because that's the one where Jimmy Buffett's plane is.
The problem is, for those of you who are local and you go up to City Walk at Universal, which is like this entryway thing with lots of shopping and restaurants and some pretty cool places that you only have to pay to park to be at. If you go in that way, up on the top side, there's a lot of stuff that largely people don't go to.
It's literally a kiosk.
Like the Red Coconut Club is up there in this area where people don't go to it. And Bob Marley is kind of up there. People don't go up to these spots.
They do when they're looking for them. The people that stay on property and want to kind of keep the vacation in one spot, they explore up there.
I've been up to Bob Marley once, I think. And then the other one's not so much. Okay, I know exactly where this is. Yeah. It's literally like the pop-up kiosk type thing that's a bar.
Now picture drunk mom flicking off her kid, leaving her there, and continuing
off to Red
walk.
Coconut. And that's
Listen, bitch.
Little bit of a hike from Red Coconut. It's not the longest way, but she did make it kind of far.
For those of you who are the uninitiated or just don't remember, this is right across from the Hard Rock, the venue, the Hard Rock in Universal. And we've played there before. We did a Just Okay event there. We did a show there before at that Hard Rock. It's directly across the water from the Hard Rock. Beautiful view right there outside all the parks and stuff.
Yeah, it's a great bar to cry at 12 years old.
It's like when you're a little kid, you're like, I remember that bar. So sad. But there you go. Now we know a little bit about this particular situation. And the 12-year-old, I wish you well. These things happen in our times.
Thanks for listening.
The Lone Palm Airport is the Jimmy Buffett outdoor bar. That's
Is
the
that
one.
what it's
That's the
called?
one with the plane at it. It was the Twin Palm Airport, but Marty McFly ran over one of them years ago.
I know we've talked about this, but is that plane that's at Margaritaville at Universal City Walk the Jimmy Buffett plane or a fake one?
Yes, I believe that is not only the plane that Jimmy Buffett, it used to be his, and I think he donated it to that, to become part of that bar. I think you can even see where it got shot. The story,
Jamaica Mistake?
The story that was made famous in his song Jamaica Mistake.
I always feel nerdy when I order that. Or when I say that. When I order that, I've been there too.
I'll have a Jamaica Mistake.
You know what I keep doing?
What? I want a double. Add another Mistake in there.
I have found it didn't take me too long, only 11 years or so. I have found the thing that repels Courtney more than anything else.
Oh, the ick.
The thing that gives her more of the ick, Sabrina, than anything else that I do. And I do it on purpose because I really enjoy doing it. But if there's a song on, I do it in like a Sean voice, like a talk voice, or like a rap song. So,
for example, anything you want me to pull up here?
So like if Forgot About Dre was on, I'd be like, so what do you say to somebody you hate or anybody who wants to bring trouble your way?
I hate that.
And she goes,
that is.
She's like, stop.
And you keep going.
She goes, you sound like Ben Shapiro when you're doing that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm trying to do like nerd cringo.
You sounded like you were Ben Shapiro, but you were just starting the journey to Fred Schneider. So what do you say to somebody? Hey,
Tin Roof.
And I did, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Do you do that hand thing when you do that too?
I'm really going in a dad zone here, man.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose. I know it's not cool. Just for the record, I know it's not cool. I know it's corny. I know what I'm up to. But it repels her so much that it's worthwhile. I think
it repels quite a few other people since you shared that with the world. But
yeah, probably. I have
going.
fun with it. I have. I think I've done enough, but I do have fun.
To make a mistake.
At least Shapiro could hit the pacing on WAP. I'm not trying to keep the pacing right.
I can't find it.
I'm just trying to. Though you could have any kind of rap song, like
please don't do more.
Let me see that song. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. You just miss it a little bit. You say it a little bit out of step, and you say it like some guy from Revenge of the Nerds. And man, does she stop, please stop. It's one of the two things that I do that she does not enjoy.
Oh, well, let's see. You dropped that. What's the other thing, Sean?
It doesn't matter, but it's
tucks
also
his junk in between his legs and does that Buffalo Bill dance.
I have stopped doing the Buffalo Bill dance by request. I have stopped. Sort of anti-request. I don't do that anymore. I don't tuck and do the Buffalo Bill dance, although it hurts my feelings to not be able to try it any longer. It's not that. When we come back, we'll get to you. We'll see what you have going on in your
Skull Mike's in for a real treat.
Send us I'm not saying that on Skull Mike. There's another music related thing that I do, and she's like, God, stop, please, will you stop doing that?
Thank you.
You guys must have this. Isn't there something that you do around Ashley Sealand where she's like, oh my God, Sealand, please don't, no.
Usually it's wax on about whatever has been going on, like after I come home from a night where I've had a few to drink.
And then drunken stories?
And then try to tell her the same stories the next day because I forgot I told her them. She loves that. Loves.
We all have the thing. There's a thing that we all do. I'm sure there's something in Nicole's like,
no way. Loves everything I do. Loves everything I do.
I don't know what it is, but there's got to be a thing.
You can say that again.
Yeah, everybody has one. I'm not going to tuck for Skull Mike, you weirdos. All right? I just do a little rap thing. It's a little rap
If
thing.
we sell out of the merch by the next segment.
I'm not tucking for merch.
Tuck for merch. Tuck for merch.
Here's what Sean will do. If you guys sell out the rest of the merch that's on the website right now, Sean will tuck his genitals and he will sing along old man nerd style to a rap song on the stream.
Oh, you heard it here first.
And then your contract, next meeting for that would be interesting.
Yeah, they will just say we don't want to do the contract.
But look at all the merch I sold. Wouldn't you want to have me?
They'll say, no, we can't do it anymore. Quick break. When we come back, we'll see what you have on your mind. We got the Iran updates. I've got some interesting stuff there. In jury duty, we have updates on the New York City situation and a husband accused of holding his wife captive for 5 years.
Okay.
For 5 years. I'll tell you what happened in this case in jury duty. That's coming up this hour, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio.
is
The Monsters in the Morning.
When she's got her face head deep in your chi-chis.
Damn, that was good. The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a couple accidents to look out for on your ride on Darrell Carter Parkway at Regency Village Drive. It's affecting northbound and southbound lanes. That's right by the interstate. On the Greenway southbound at John Young Parkway, a crash off to the shoulders getting cleared up. On Altamont Drive eastbound at Palm Springs Drive, the left turn lane's blocked there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report sponsored by Odoo.com. All your business apps in one place. Your business deserves tools to make you feel in control, not overwhelmed. With Odoo's all-in-one, easy-to-use platform, everything is together so you can focus on what matters. Start at Odoo.com today. That's ODOO.com.
Man, I am long overdue to spend some time with my friend Leon Mills. In fact, I'm going to text him this week. I got to get on that. He is an amazing guy and an amazing businessman. And it's a pretty simple idea that he has. You meet people like this every once in a while. And I think they live relatively stress-free lives because they don't want to rip people off. They don't want to take advantage of people. But I'll tell you, in the world of people fixing your air conditioner, there are a lot of people willing to take your money and not feel bad about bilking you out of your hard-earned wages. And then there's Mills Air, where they say, sure, maybe they're calling us for a small issue now. We'll charge them for a small issue. But in the future, if they have something that they need help with, we want to make sure that we're treating them right so they come back to Mills Air. And they do. And I think you will too. You just got to give them a chance. So think about this when your AC is busted. Do you have any allegiance to your company that helps you out with your AC right now? Or do you maybe even have a bad taste in your mouth about the last time you called them out because you have that card left over in a drawer in your house somewhere? Call Mills Air instead. Trust me, you'll notice the difference immediately. 407-277-1159. 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Hey, it's Jack. Did you know that this is the most popular time?
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Skull Mike activate. Can you rap the Humpty dance? I don't take requests. I don't take requests. YouTube, if you're new around here, we've got updates on what's happening in Iran. Is the Iran war about to be kaput? Are we about to wrap it up? Is it about to be a wrap on the Iran war? Trump kind of hinted that way and then kind of like hedged away from it. The markets are kind of all over the place because of this. Well, what's happening now? And then the big question, I think, is, because all of this costs money, if you went in and you, let's take them at their word. Let's say they really eviscerated, knocked out, if you will, the Air Force and the Navy of the Iranians. And they wiped out a lot of their military assets. And they wiped out Khomeini and several other people in the leadership. But you end up with Khomeini's son in charge. Was it worth it? Let me work it. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Was it worth it if that's all we get? Is that it? I don't know. Is it over? Will it be over in the next couple of days? We'll see. I never thought for a moment during this whole process that we're going to end up with some unending war, boots on the ground in the desert. That's horribly unpopular. Whatever you might say about Trump, I mean, what did that poll put him at? The poll from NBC News. The NBC News poll put him at 41%, which is a pretty low end for Trump. And I think Trump does care about like opinion polls and popularity and what people think. And I think he knows that a boots on the ground thing would not be at all popular, to say the least. Did Flats get his ankle monitor? Flats has been unbanned, but probably doesn't know it. I have not emailed him. He said he didn't want his son to take his place in his own will. From what I know about the Iranian leadership structure and the Ayatollahs, neither one of them, Khomeini, neither one of them believed in lineage taking over. Neither one of them believed in a familial ascendance to power. And now all of a sudden, Khomeini's son is going to be in power. So that's partially true, but it looks like, even though the guy might be injured, it looks like the son might be in charge. Is that a W, though? If we walk away right now, I don't think it's going to be a long war. I disagree. But if we walk away right now, is it a W? I don't know about that. We did get the big dog, but is it a W?
To the biggest issues happening in your community and around the world. This week, I'm joined by investigative journalist Julie K. Brown. She is the utmost expert on the Epstein files.
The Justice Department, through, I think we counted 4 presidential administrations, failed these victims.
Open your free iHeart app, search Bleep with Anna Navarro, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star.
Thank you for hanging out with us. And you can share the show by just simply telling somebody about the News Junkie radio show, this radio station, or anything else to do with it over at thenewsjunkie.com. Don't forget, last shot today at this design, a very limited design drop for the Play Black Whopper option. Get yours right now. And by the end of the show, those are going to be gone and out of here. And I got a little surprise for you tomorrow at some point in time. But go get those now at thenewsjunkie.com. Secret Show subscribers, don't forget, look for your promo code in the featured section. It'll say merch promo code. Right now, I want to tell you about something that would embarrass the hell out of me. But there's a guy who woke up and was not feeling well. And one thing that alerted him that something may be wrong was he blued himself. He was blue.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Well, here's for those folks on YouTube and Twitch. He blued himself. Like he woke up and he was blue like this. And he freaked out.
No.
The man, his skin turned a very, very powerful blue color. And he said, I don't know what this is, but it ain't good.
I do.
I'm not a doctor, but the only person I saw turn blue like that was that guy that was eating silver.
Yeah, they had that whole documentary about it.
Oh, no, that was Mother God?
Yeah.
There's a lot of blue people. It's the silver stuff, right?
It's not good. It's not good when you're blue. Obviously, this is a bad medical sign. So the guy rushes to the hospital, and all the doctors and nurses and all of the horses and all the king's men try to put him back together. And they were struggling because they started to do all these tests. They said generally turning blue is a sign, that you're dead? Turning blue is a sign that you don't have enough oxygen. Not great. And so you start going through the list of things, and Dr. Cox or any of the other TV doctors will start to figure out, I've solved it. Here's the problem here.
Dr. Oz?
No, Dr. Cox. Dr. Cox from Scrubs.
And Black Scrubs.
Dr. House, he also probably would weigh in with his cane, and he'd be like, actually, what it is.
Meredith Grey.
Autistic doctor would come in and do his thing, and the gray lady. Yeah, they'd all come in there, and they'd guess. Probably none of them would guess this, but this guy said, oh, my God. He got rushed to the hospital. He woke up with blue skin from head to toe, and then finally, the 42-year-old Tommy Lynch says, While he felt like an Avatar character and told the docs he was feeling very tired, the doctors all started laughing at him.
Okay.
They all started laughing at him.
That's not very nice.
It was because they realized the reason he was blue.
Da-ba-dee-da-ba-die.
And his body is blue, like he's showing his chest in this photo. It was because he had brand new blue sheets that he had put on his bed.
Dumbass.
And he didn't realize that it completely changed the color of his skin. I don't know what kind of
what sheets are these, man?
We all said something that may have sounded like something else. What sheets?
What kind of cheapo sheets are you doing that his whole body turned blue?
Usually you could see some colors start to move when you wash it for the first time, but the fact that you laid in the sheets and it turned you blue says a lot.
Maybe he got in bed just super sweaty.
It says Tommy then spent the next week washing off the dye, having multiple baths to do so. As he said, he had no idea he was meant to wash the $50 king-size bed sheets.
You got ripped off.
Which he'd been gifted by a friend. Somebody bought them as a gift before putting them on his bed. And he sleeps naked, he says. Okay. And the dye transferred to his whole body on his first snooze on the newly made bed. So he said, I washed my sheets afterwards, and I haven't gone blue since that. I mean, I've heard of. Like, here they are. Here's the sheets. It looks like a high schooler's bed. His bed does. It looks like some basic ass.
He does have a headboard though, so
he's got
that headboard looks a lot like mine.
Wood headboard on his bed, and then he's got a blue comforter and blue matching pillowcases, and the whole thing turned to blue like an Avatar
a blue
character.
Corvette, and everything is blue to
Not
him.
that, no,
Just
that's now
soaked in ink. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
And on top of that, goes right to the hospital.
Yep. Yeah.
Make sure everyone saw his blue abs as well.
He gets up and then he's like, "Oh, look at me, I'm blue. I've blued myself." And then the docs start laughing at him and tell him, "You idiot! This is from
How did
your
the doctors
sheets."
know that immediately?
I guess they went through everything, and he was
Probably
surrounded by
wiped his hands once and saw that it was coming out.
No, he said he's been washing his skin for days.
Yeah, that's
to
what
get
he
rid
says
of this.
after he goes to the hospital
Mm-hmm.
and gets laughed at by doctors.
10 health pros all around him in a circle, firing squad style, and they're like, "Ha! Oh, you idiot! You thought you were dying.
Here's
You'd
your
be
bill."
luckier. If you were dying, you'd be better off, but it ain't happening for you here." Okay, let's see here. We've got more stuff to get into, including emails, dispatches, and all the rest. Somebody emails and says, "You have a new listener?" Oh, okay. Let's see what it says here. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, guys, you have a brand new listener all the way in Tokyo, Japan. Whoa, that's pretty cool. And you heard me right. I did indeed say Japan. That's
Japan.
correct. Another listener in Tokyo, Japan. The newest TNJ fan was born 2 hours ago.
Oh.
Just waiting on some cute baby merch to drop in the future. And then here's a little baby. Look. Oh.
Cute.
Hi, buddy. Japanese News Junkie fan, baby. And thank you so much for sending that. It's amazing. And I hope this kid sticks with the program. He probably won't, but
I love
either
2
way.
hours later, your child is born. It's like, I want to email that radio show I listened to back in the day.
These
Very
people,
sweet.
the
Makes
show
me
is
feel
important.
Yeah, same.
They said, we love you, and we want to show you a picture of our
But
baby.
if you really love us, name the baby Sabrina Sean Sealand.
That is a brave name for a baby, especially if the baby's going to grow up in Japan. The baby's growing up over in Japan, and they go, "What's your child's name?" His name is Sabrina Sealand. And
Shabralane.
maybe they won't know. Maybe they'll think, well, that's a very normal American name. That is what most kids in America are named Sabrina Sealand Sean.
Clearly.
Everybody out there is named that. So there you go. Thank you for that. Appreciate the email. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Here is somebody talking about the drunk mom. And here's Pilot Mike. Hello? Hello? Uh-oh.
Hey, News Junkies.
Yeah.
Regarding drunk mom,
The mother of the day. Yeah.
where my mind went was how awesome would it be if they reported that she was found on the dance floor dancing like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Sure. Yeah.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
didn't say how she was dancing. It did say, and I like that they kept the detail in, it did say that she was dancing by herself, the drunk mom who left her kid at the bar. So not a lot of great things on her end. Here's Jay.
All right, guys. So all the Marios you guys mentioned, 1, 3, Sean, 2, that's great. But it's not up for debate. It's Mario Kart. That is definitely the best Mario of all time.
Whoa.
Yeah,
was that him? Or was
No,
that on our end?
That was me. I have Mario
Oh,
stuff.
I thought I was like, I've never heard somebody play such a crystal clear sound effect. He did that right through a dispatch. Here's Jay Ryan.
Sean, C-Lane, Sabrina, hope you're having a wonderful day. Great show today.
Hi.
Sorry I haven't really dispatched, but I have been quite active on Discord. Can't wait to get my new shirt. As far as the actor that was killed, that was in King of the Hill and Parks and Rec, he was killed by his MAGA neighbor because he was gay. They'd been arguing back and forth and everything like that, but it was ultimately because he hated that a homosexual couple was living next to them.
Really?
As far as opera, the Phantom of the Opera, it is mostly sang in opera, but there is a lot of speaking. It was fantastic. I saw the traveling show back in December, and it was my first time. But as far as Timothy Chalamet and ballet and opera, anyone that they name Rat Boy Summer after, I don't really care about his opinion on the arts. So, yeah, you guys have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Jay Ryan. I don't understand the stories about Timothy Chalamet's comments. It's a very, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going, I think he's probably right about what he's saying, but why it's getting any attention, I feel like there's people who don't like him. And that's why it's getting attention. If anybody else said it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. And I don't know necessarily what the thing is about him that they don't like.
It's the milkshake duck moment, though, because he has been, hitting home runs for a long time. He seems to be on the up and up as far as a respected actor. And he makes this comment, and everyone's like, yeah, we got something to hate him for.
But milkshake duck usually implies that the person did something racist or...
Right, so a different kind of animal and drug.
I mean,
know
to
what
me,
I'm saying,
it just
though? Like, people are just jumping on the bad thing attached to Timmy Chalamet.
I thought two things turned people on Timothy Chalamet, who I just think is a hardworking, talented actor. He's doing a good job, in my opinion. But the people who started to turn on this guy, I felt like it was when he got with the Kardashian.
Yeah,
that was what some people like, well, dating one of the Kardashians, and that kind of turned some people. And then when he said, people come up here and say they're just doing movies and acting and trying to do their best up here. I want to tell you, I'm trying to be the best. I want to be the best. I'm going to put everything I can in to be an actor because I absolutely love doing this. And it was sort of like we were pounding your chest too much, but I liked it. I thought that was fine. It just seems like maybe one of those two things were the moments. I want a Timothy Chalamet hater. If you're one of these people who are like, I hate him, tell me what it is. Why you dislike him? Because this was like an innocuous comment about how opera and what was the other thing? Ballet are not popular, which that's just accurate. They're not very popular. If you ask people on the street, 100 of them, name the most famous opera or opera singer or ballet star, they're going to go, they're not going to have any clue who this is because it's a very niche thing that not many people are tuned into. But if you're a Timothy Chalamet hater, I'd love to hear what your reasoning is. Please do tell. All right, when we come back, we'll get to more of your comments, and jury duty is coming up next. Some stories that I've teased all along the way, and we'll lead off with this guy who's accused of holding his wife captive for 5 years. And what was happening behind this door, it's pretty crazy. We'll get to the details. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine.
Hello? Welcome in. He's going downhill quick. It's the Kardashian effect. So you're saying it's because Chalamet is dating one of the Kardashian peoples? He might be losing touch? John Redcorn's killer wasn't politically motivated or homophobic. I didn't remember that being a detail either. It's funny when people say things with such authority, like, it's because he was gay. But I didn't remember that being part of the story. I remembered a long-running feud between neighbors, and the John Redcorn guy was a little unhinged himself, and there were some videos that I remember, but not that part. Sean, never heard of Mikhail Baryshnikov? No. I mean, actually, I know the Baryshnikov name, but just be real. Anybody, see which, would you consider ballet or the opera popular? No, right? You're going to say no, it's not a very popular thing. In fact, you'd probably have a better argument saying it's a very white, insulated, rich artistry thing that's completely devoid of bringing in any people from poor communities or this community. Right? Like, it's an isolated, unpopular art when compared with music. Right? I mean, you agree, right? I don't think anybody would disagree with it. Sean, are you going to the Gorillaz show? Not if it's $200. I don't care for opera, but I love the ballet, and yes, it's popular among people who enjoy the arts. I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask if opera was popular among opera people. I asked if it was, generally speaking, popular. Do you think that ballet and opera are popular things? You don't think that's true? No, of course they're not popular. You're just not in that world, Sean? Well, yeah, you found the problem. Congratulations. Congratulations, you found the problem. I'm not in that world, and you're not in that world, and most Americans are not in that world, and this is something that's usually dragged along by theater kids, you know, those types of people, or people in very, very wealthy families who grow up among the ranks of these opera folks. It's not a very, it's not a very accessible art form. Those types, yeah. In certain regions of the world it is. You guys, I'm not allowing this kind of stupidity anymore. When I say popular and you go, well, among opera fans it's popular, and then I say, generally speaking, it's not popular, and you go, well, in some communities, like in the Upper West Side of Manhattan, I will say opera is quite popular. We're using the same language. You know what I mean. Everybody knows what I mean. Opera and ballet aren't popular, and it's not a hot take. It's not a hot take. I do like me some theater, though. No homo. Tennessee said no one cares about opera and ballet. Yeah, generally speaking, that's true. That's a true statement. Generally speaking. Space opera. Now you have my attention. No, not generally speaking. Generally speaking. I can see why there'd be confusion. Children's Story by Slick Rick has a better story than any opera. It's an outdated art. There would be no male loneliness epidemic if they would learn to love the opera and ballet like women do. Are you kidding me? I am a 44-year-old man. Do you know how many women I've met in my life? Do you know how many women I've dated or met in my life? Do you know how many have talked to me about opera or ballet? Goose egg. None. Not a single one. That's because they know you don't like it, Sean. They know you don't like it. It's because you won't take them. Nonsense. I do. I go to Broadway shows. I'm a cultured man. My opinion is some Broadway shows are amazing. As nerdy as this sounds, Aladdin, amazing. But Broadway shows don't even have mainstream success outside of a couple outliers. A lot of people get turned off by like sing-along type stuff. it's popular in some spaces and not in others. But that's so much more popular than opera or ballet. It's just not even close. Have you seen the movie Center Stage? I think I might have heard of that. Is that a ballet one? I think I might have heard of it, a documentary about that, if that's the same one. Yes, it's a ballet movie. It's not. Oh, it's not a documentary? Oh, it's an action movie then? I want to go to a Broadway show someday. Go to Aladdin. Go to Aladdin. You'll like it. And Broadway people, Broadway singers, have a lot of them excellent voices. I don't know if the same is true for opera singers when they're not singing opera. Like, could an opera singer be singing opera and then go into Alanis Morissette, and then you go, whoa, you sing that good too? Or another classic like Nookie. You know what I mean? Black Swan was good? Was it though? Was it really? Was it? Come back.
Millions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio, no proof or no. Radio.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star.
It is a Share the Show Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. And you can learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. The only thing I've learned about the weird side quest, the Timothy Chalamet opera ballet thing today, is that opera and ballet people are really highly invested in defending opera and ballet. It is something that is quite clear to me. They are very, very invested in defending it
for a very long time.
For tens of people.
Very long time.
For tens of people to enjoy. I'm not sure why anybody cares about this to begin with, but there you go. Some interesting conversations during the break about that. And those of you who have thoughts on this or anything else that we've talked about, you can send in what's called a dispatch. If you're new to the show, that's you recording your voice or video over at thenewsjunkie.com. We got to get into jury duty, which we'll do here in just a second. And there's one story in jury duty that really, really had my attention. But I teased this earlier, so I want to pay this off. Yet another company is firing a whole bunch of people, and they're saying it's because of AI, artificial intelligence. Morgan Stanley, they're a financial investment company. They are laying off 2,500 people, which, how's this for a crazy number? 2,500 people Morgan Stanley is laying off because of AI. That's 3% of their workforce. They got a lot of people that work for them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 3% is 2,500 people. The firm officially attributed the accounts to, quote, shifting business and location priorities and employee performance. But some insiders say that Morgan Stanley says the real story is replacing back-of-office workers with AI bots across the firm's investment banking, trading, and wealth management divisions. So now we're running into this new thing where companies are firing lots of people. And when they fire them, they go, well, it's AI. It's replacing a lot of people out there. And I ask you the question, when you hear a company say that is the reasoning for firing people, Do you believe them, or do you think the company's just using an excuse like, oh, yeah, we're just AI is replacing all you people here? Because, I mean,
is that
I
a
don't know.
good excuse? I mean, do they need to say that?
I don't think it sounds any better than just like, hey, these employees were not good and we wanted to fire them. That to me makes more sense, I think, than saying like, well, it was inevitable. We can't stop this. But it is what a lot of the companies are at least suggesting is the reasoning for their layoffs as of late.
As an employee, wouldn't it be more beneficial to finding a next job if that was the reason you were laid off, as opposed to I did a crappy job at my job that I had, and now I want a new job to do crappy
sounds
at.
better. It sounds better to the next potential employer, but I don't know if it really is. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you get yourself an attorney that's going to go head-to-head with the insurance companies, all right? Head-to-head. And blast them out of the water like you deserve. After an accident, you call Mo DeWitt, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. Crazy story coming out of Houston, Texas, where a man out of Clear Lake is accused of holding his own wife captive for 5 years.
Police say a man held his wife captive for 5 years inside their $1 million home in Clear Lake.
It went undetected until last week, even though we've learned police responded to the house late last year.
Oh, they said they actually went to the house on a call last year and didn't notice what was going on.
Way to go.
The woman was locked in a bedroom with no phone for 5 years, according to this. James Earl Johnson is the husband who was arrested on Friday morning, is bonded out. We got to find out a lot of stuff about this story, like what happens to the woman now.
ABC 13's Luke Jones live at police headquarters. And Luke, this is a bit of an unusual one.
Yeah, talk about unusual. She was held captive for 5 years, and neighbors were learning about it from us today. Now, we spoke briefly with the victim's adult son, who tells us his mom's now in the hospital. He didn't elaborate on her condition, but we know from court records she is disabled.
Oh. Yeah, she's disabled, this woman.
Oh,
she's
I thought he was
46 years
disabled.
old. He might be too. This says, police say the victim, a 46-year-old disabled woman, was held in a bedroom under lock and key with no phone access. Court documents say when Johnson finally left the phone on the nightstand on Friday, the victim picked it up and called 911. But he ran in and cut the call short, allegedly slapping his wife and carrying her back to bed for hanging up on the 911 dispatcher. So the victim's adult son is worked his way into this too, because he didn't know exactly what was going on.
You can hear it in the 911
From the outside looking in.
Yeah, I guess.
Some
Yeah,
might
right.
consider a dream home. But police say for one woman, the house at Crown Ridge Court was in fact a house of horrors. Investigators say the 46-year-old woman who's disabled was allegedly held captive in a bedroom for 5 years by her own husband.
Now, I wonder, sometimes these things happen and the person wants to get the government checks. Like they want to keep getting the disability checks. So they imprison either a kid that's not healthy or that's disabled, or a partner, or just somebody, or even their like mother or father who are old getting disabled checks, and they just keep cashing them. I don't know if that was his motivation or if he's just a monster.
James Earl Johnson,
There he is.
arrested Friday morning, but has since bonded out of jail with an order to stay away from the victim and the house where the couple's children also reside. It's here, court documents say. The victim was held under lock and key with no phone access. Finally, Friday,
for 5 years.
Police say her husband left a phone on the nightstand, which he used to call 911. But police say Johnson cut the call short, slapping his wife and carrying her back to bed, then hanging up on the 911 dispatcher.
A woman who's being held captive, and that is a pure form of coercive control, which is a form of abuse.
Xiao Wen is a trauma therapist. Well, police haven't specified.
Yeah, in the world of people overdoing trauma and abuse, this is definitely abuse. locking someone in a room for 5 years and keeping them away from any outside contact. Jesus. Yeah, I'd say that's about as bad as it gets. But yeah, so this guy is he's out free though. He's out free. They released him because he posted bond. The victim appears to have made at least one previous attempt to get out. She called police on the 16th of November, but when officers arrived at the house, they say she told them that she and her children were told to stay quiet and not say anything to police. Officers left without filing a report. Wow.
I mean, what is happening here?
That's weird. That's weird. So she calls the cops. The cops come previously in November. And when the cops come, they go, what's the problem? She goes, I was told not to talk about this, and we're supposed to stay quiet and not talk to the police.
Oh,
and they just left. That's very curious.
Did they at least like put a little star on their notes there
Something
to maybe
ain't
pay
right
attention
here.
to this address?
Yeah, something ain't right with this story. Something ain't right here. All right, that is the story of this man who is now hopefully going to spend some time behind bars, but is currently out on the streets for the moment.
My biggest question is about them having an adult son, and it's like, is the son complicit in this, or how have you not?
Has he been held captive?
Or
in some way?
Have you not known about this?
It says the victim's adult son told Eyewitness News his mother was in the hospital on Monday, but didn't elaborate her condition. People might think it's just easy to leave, but if you're suffering from some sort of disability, the chances are greater that you cannot leave. And that's all they say from the family and from these like trauma experts and stuff. Meanwhile, final story in jury duty today. A 26-year-old man from Tijuana, Mexico is in custody. Didn't know they were driving this around in trucks. Imagine if you dove in to this truck that this guy was driving and just... He's now in custody after Custom and Border Protection officers found 1,000 pounds of liquid meth. Hidden inside the fuel tank of a tractor trailer he was driving in the United States of America. He was driving into the United States. It was a big tractor trailer. There's a fuel tank in there, and he had 1,000 pounds of liquid meth. And when they were inspecting the car, they saw some substance on top of the fuel tank. Further inspection resulted in the discovery of 29 buckets worth of liquid concealed in the passenger side fuel tank with a total weight of 944 pounds of liquid meth.
I didn't even know you could have meth in liquid form, I think.
Didn't.
Oh, you watched Breaking Bad, remember?
If you take your hand and dunk it into a vat of liquid meth, you getting high or no?
Yeah.
You
goes
get
into your
seeping
pores.
in? Like acid would, LSD would. It could seep into your pores and you could trip just from touching it. But meth, I don't know. I never even heard meth being liquid.
I thought they said that there was some like sort of urban myth about the whole acid. Like if you had it in your pocket and you sweat too much,
like it wouldn't work.
All soaks in. I don't know. I mean, I always heard that stuff. But I've heard some people kind of try to refute that.
Mom told you so you didn't do acid?
Stay away from it. It's dangerous.
She just didn't want me to put it in my pocket.
Oh, got it.
TNJAI, if you put your arm, if you dunked it into 1,000 pounds of liquid methamphetamine, would it get you high just from dunking your body part in it?
Whoa, that's a wild scenario. Generally, liquid methamphetamine could be absorbed through the skin. But it's unlikely to get you high just by dunking your arm in it. However, it's definitely dangerous and could lead to serious health effects. Not something to try.
Fine, I won't do it. Really considering it for a second there.
Whoa, that's a wild scenario, Sean.
What are you doing?
With all the crazy stuff you asked TMJAI, I want a summary of like, who do you think I am as a person after all these months?
It must have some pretty negative opinions of me based on the drug questions alone.
Or just like a good therapy session, it might suggest.
So, yeah, Sean, you got some issues here. You got to iron them out. Quick break. We'll iron everything out in the final hour of the show. We'll get to what happens next in Iran. Is the war over? Is the war over? What's going down? We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. I got a lot of extra clips to get into here, and we'll hear from you on the way out. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Traffic stop and go southbound on Florida's Turnpike between US 192 out in St. Cloud and approaching Clay Whaley Road. You're going to get caught up in some familiar delays starting to form on I-4. There's slowdowns through the city near that State Road 408 exit. Congestion between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Everglades Equipment Group.
Drive home the John Deere 4044M from Greenway today for $7,000 off or $507 per month at 0% for 84 months. Learn more at gogreenway.com. See Greenway for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2026.
Car crash? Call Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't...
Well, welcome in. You're behind the scenes right now. The show returns momentarily. We'll get some updates on Iran. Last chance to get the Play Black Whopper shirt right now at thenewsjunkie.com. Grab them while you can. Very limited design. Get your promo codes by looking for the merch promo code in the featured section of thenewsjunkie.com. That's a lot of liquid meth. AI has now put Sean on the list again. Probably. Okay, Power Hour already. It is. Power Hour has arrived, baby. We're here. We have arrived. Back live in a couple of minutes. Don't forget, secret shows tonight at 8 p.m. Streamed live at thenewsjunkie.com and on the Discord. What? Breaking news! Breaking news, everybody! Breaking news, everybody! Is this where you're going to talk it? Breaking news! The governor of Alabama has granted clemency to that death row inmate we were talking about, sparing the accomplice in a 1991 murder for execution this week. This is Charles Sonny Burton, and he was going to be put to death even though he didn't kill anybody. This week, the governor of Alabama has spared this man from murder on Thursday. Governor Kay Ivey, in announcing her commutation, says she could not proceed in good conscience with the execution because he was not the shooter. She says his sentence will now be life in prison without parole. I believe it would be unjust for one participant in this crime to be executed while the participant who pulled the trigger was not. He will now receive the same punishment as the trigger man, says the governor of Alabama. Thoughts? Shocker. Your breaking news is old to Twitch? What do you guys know? I just saw it come across right now on CNN. CNN just reported it right now. That's good, though. That's good news. I think that's fair. I think that's fair and right and just. What about Donna Kelsey's remodel? Why are you pushing the Donna Kelsey remodel story? Are you vested? How are you vested? All right, here we go. Coming back.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
For some of you. And I'll tell you what's going on here in just a moment. Don't forget, last chance for this merch drop over on the newsjunkie.com. It's a very limited design, and it is almost gone. There's just a couple of them left, so go grab yours while you can. The Play Black Whopper shirt. Rock some merch from the show. Get a magnet and sticker along with over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, here is an update on a story we've been talking about. And I got to tell you, I think this makes sense. I think it's the right thing, and I think it's a good update. But CNN says, as of just a handful of minutes ago, the Alabama governor has granted clemency to that death row inmate who was an accomplice to murder, sparing him from execution this week. We talked about him, was it yesterday on the show? Charles Sonny Burton, who is the guy that we were talking about. And Charles Sonny Burton was part of a group of guys who were involved in an armed robbery. He had a gun. He participated in the robbery. He left to go outside to be by the getaway car. And then one of the guys inside shot and killed the person that they were robbing. And he said he wasn't aware that that was going to happen, and that, he thought that they were just going to rob these people and get away with it. But in that state, you could be charged with felony murder if you were part of a crime that led to a murder. And then if you were charged with felony murder, the ultimate sentence for that is the death penalty. So this guy who did not kill anybody directly was facing the death penalty. And the twist-a-rooney in this that was really weird that we brought up yesterday was the guy who did kill the person, the guy who was the trigger man who did kill this person, he didn't get the death penalty.
Well, he did, and then he got it reversed because
mistrial,
of
right?
inadequate representation.
Yeah, so he didn't end up with his final punishment being the death penalty. He got life in prison, then ended up dying behind bars. Now the sentence for Charles Sonny Burton has been commuted by the governor. And here's what they say about this. The governor of Alabama has granted clemency to a man on death row for 3 decades, a rare move that spares the accomplice in a 1991 murder from execution on Thursday. The governor, Kay Ivey, in announcing her commutation of Charles Burton's death sentence, says she could not proceed in good conscience with the execution because he was not the shooter. She said his sentence will now be life in prison without parole.
That's crazy because there was a lot of people commenting in the chat and on the texting service yesterday when we were talking about this particular case that said specifically Kay Ivey wouldn't do this.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
she did.
Good for them. I think it's just.
Now, what about the other folks?
She says he will now receive the same punishment as the trigger man. So she was well aware of the fact that the guy who actually pulled the trigger and killed this person didn't end up with a final sentence of death.
I can't believe he doesn't get parole, though. He wasn't even in the store.
No, there's some people who are saying it's still too much. Life in prison without parole is still too much for being part of the
1991
robbery.
robbery. Accomplice fired the fatal shot while Burton was outside the store.
Yeah.
And much like Robert Thompson.
It was an AutoZone, by the way.
Involved in a robbery where an accomplice had shot the victim. He is in the same boat without knowing the details of it. This is the list of people that have been under the felony murder without killing anyone.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious if they're going to address, because of what this governor just did, Robert Thompson's case, unless he's already been put to death.
I'm sure these people will see a victory here, and the anti-death penalty advocates and the folks who go against this sort of stuff. I'm sure they'll be like, let's keep going. We got some momentum here, because on these type of cases, I think they have popular opinion with them. I don't think the average American wants the death penalty for somebody who didn't kill somebody else. I don't think, unless it's like Courtney brought this up. We were talking the other day. Unless it's somebody who's sexually abusing a child in like the most insane ways, and then everybody goes, yeah, bury him under the prison. Who cares? Kill that person. I don't care. That's fine. But mostly,
that was my first guess when you said somebody's going to get the death penalty who never killed anybody. I said serial.
Yeah. Now, this is now people will push further though. They'll say, look, here's the deal. I think that this is still too much for this guy. I don't care about it now as much. I think the state killing somebody who didn't kill somebody else is not good, but that's just me. We'll see what you think about this. And all the people who said that the governor would never grant clemency to this guy, I now await your texts apologizing for being absolutely wrong with utter confidence. And if you don't mind, please do send that in whenever you'd like over at tipsathenewsjunkie.com, or just the texting service is fine too. They're saying, here's why Timothy Chalamet is hated, to tipsathenewsjunkie.com. One, the Kardashian connection. I don't understand why people care if he's dating one of the Kardashians or a Jenner or whatever. I don't know.
They've been together for a minute. We still...
Yeah, this is not new. Overly pretty. He's overly pretty, this person says. He's overly sensitive. What is this one? What is overly twee?
Ooh, you don't know overly twee?
No, I've never heard of twee in my life. What the hell is twee? Is C-Lane overly twee?
No.
I'm not very twee at all.
You don't know what twee means, do you?
Of course he does. We talked about this.
No, he doesn't. No, we didn't. I've never talked about this before. What the hell does twee mean?
Wow. Twee. You're tweeing out, dude.
Twee. Did I just twee? Okay, twee.
It's is dainty, quaint, charming to the point of being annoying, affected, or sentimental.
So annoyingly cute is twee. All right.
Peter Pan, twee.
I've heard of twink, but that twee was not one that was, that's a British thing, I guess. He's overly skinny. Are people mad about Timothy Chalamet being overly skinny? I don't... the accent over the final E? Okay, true. That will set people off. Yeah, I agree. The cologne commercial with him just staring at the camera, I have never seen that. Playing an underage teen in Call Me By Your Name who's seduced by a late 20-something Army Hammer, and then playing an absolute jerk and very well in a ping pong movie. Now, yeah, I mean, I guess some of those are probably true, maybe even the overly twee thing, but I'm not sure what's going on.
Twee, excessively or affectedly quaint?
See, like, I just read that.
I know. I'm repeating it because the example that they use is like for not even a person.
What do they say?
Movie.
Okay, what do they say?
Like, oh, the film's a bit twee. It's watchable.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say this before. I'm sure that it's a British thing that's more common over there, but I've not heard that. I don't want to get hung up on it too much. But I think that people get butthurt about these things, and I don't know exactly why. I know that on The View, they talked about this, and I don't really care much about The View, nor do I care about this controversy. But on The View, they were like, he better watch himself in what he's saying about these things. And then they called him a boy. They're like that, like that boy better watch what he's saying. I'm like, what? God, all of a sudden you guys are very, very upset about this guy. Anyhow, thank you for the email with the 10 different reasons, apparently, that they don't like Timothée Chalamet, including being overly twee. I'm not overly twee, I don't think. In chat, let me know. Am I overly twee or no? Probably
You're not twee at all.
No, probably going to be a lot of
There's like 3 different things you got to be.
I'm not any of the 3 things.
And you're not
overly
pretty.
Cute? Well, you don't have to say it that way, C-Lane.
You're not
There's
dainty.
ways to address this. I'm not dainty. I'm not.
You are annoying.
Thank you. Is that big enough a part of twee that it was?
It says to the point of being annoying.
I'm missing too many of the other parts. The annoying is not going to make up for it.
You're not super sentimental.
No, I'm not. Not at all.
Whimsical?
No.
Pastel color?
I do like whimsical things for sure. But
I don't think you're twee. I don't think any of us are twee.
No, I think it's fine. He seems like he might fit that definition, but not. You're a wee twee? You're not. Hey, saying you're not overly skinny at this time was unnecessary.
How rude.
There was enough of a dismissal of me being twee, and we didn't need you to toss that in. But thank you very much anyhow. Okay, let's see. Anything else here? We do have a lot more emails coming in, so we'll get to those. And we'll get to more of your dispatches. Iran, the situation in Iran, we're either almost done or we're not done at all.
Okay,
that's where we're at. So yesterday, it was like, this is almost wrapped up. Trump said, we're about done. The whole thing's over with. And then afterwards, they said, today is going to be the worst. Here's one of the tweets about this. It's gone viral, 5 million views. In a phone interview, President Trump told this person, a reporter for CBS News, President Trump told me the war could be over soon. Trump said, I think the war is very complete pretty much. They have no Navy, no communications. They've got no Air Force. He added that the U.S. is very far ahead of its 4 to 5 week estimated time frame. Asked about Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, that's the son of the guy we killed, who Trump has openly criticized, he said, I have no message for him, none whatsoever. Trump has said he has somebody in mind to replace Khamenei, but he did not elaborate. As for the Strait of Hormuz, this is why a lot of the gas prices are up. This is a tiny little area where shipping lanes are located. A lot of oil goes through there, and they get worried about those ships being bombed or stuff. And Trump says he's thinking about taking it over. Trump warned Iran they've shot everything they have to shoot, and they better not try anything cute or twee, perhaps, or it's going to be the end of that country. So the quote there was like, hey, it's almost over. Oh, that's pretty funny. Some of the memes in the response to this, hang on. So he said, the war is very complete, pretty much. And somebody has him in front of a mission accomplished banner that says, very complete, pretty much. The war is very complete, pretty much. The not mission accomplished on this banner. It says very complete, pretty much on the banner, which is one of the responses to this. So I don't know. I never got the thought that the war in Iran was going to drag on a really long time. I didn't think that this was going to go on forever. But I thought that it was going to be a little longer than this. I do have some other clips on this front. CNN, who is in Iran, and of course, that means that they have to do whatever the Iranian government wants them to do, being in there. But they have released this, okay? Take this with a grain of salt. This is CNN reporting from on the ground in Iran about the situation there. We are ready to sacrifice our blood. Our blood, our life, and our children for our beliefs. We will support our leaders till the end.
Day for us today. We had an exclusive interview with the...
So CNN, when they're doing this, has to have the message up. CNN is operating in Iran with the permission of the Iranian government, but maintains full editorial control over what it reports. Like, we assure you, we're totes telling the truth.
Foreign policy advisor to Iran's supreme leader. And then we went to this massive event, which was there to pledge allegiance to the new supreme leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei.
Mojtaba!
A lot of people turned out. I would say hundreds of thousands of people turned out to Engelab Square, which is Revolution Square in central Tehran. And I have to say, the atmosphere was pretty charged up. A lot of people were very angry, of course, at the killing of the last supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
Look at the wide shot.
But then,
is there like 4 dudes with guns pointed at him?
I don't see anybody. They're assuring us that this is just CNN reporting the facts, that they're not doing anything specifically because they are in Iran, and this guy's life would definitely be at risk if he didn't report what they wanted. But he is reporting all the same things that Iranian state media is reporting, which is the supporters are everywhere. Nobody disagrees. Well, they don't disagree publicly, even though I hear that now they're shouting death to this new guy out the window of their apartments in Tehran, that people are like opening their windows and shouting, death to the new guy. They're saying his name. They're not saying the new guy, but they're screaming his name out. And I will say, I would have thought more of these people, and that's the majority by a decent margin, the majority of Iranians who did not like the Ayatollah, who wanted regime change, they have not really taken to the streets, probably because they're scared of being killed, but they have not really taken to the streets in huge numbers against what remains of the government there. So if this is it, if this is the end of it, I ask you, was it worth it if that's the case? Let me know what you think. If this is it, if we killed the Ayatollah, if we killed a bunch of the leadership, let's take it for granted that we stomped out the Navy and the Air Force, but they still have the same, like the guy's son is in charge. Was that worth it? Is the question I'm asking you. Let me know with your dispatches before we wrap up the show today.
So did we figure out whether or not they had put in a different guy and then that guy got killed? Like there was reports of them installing a new supreme leader, and then hours later they said the ink wasn't even dry on the paper, and they
did. Yeah, there was reports that this new guy even was injured. And one kind of funny thing, they had this event where they were crowning him the new supreme leader of Iran, and at the event, because he couldn't be there because they knew he would just get blown up, they had a cardboard cutout of him. They brought a cardboard cutout up, and they were bringing this around on the stage at the event.
Was it to scale, or did they make it like
it wasn't to scale? Because the guy was carrying it out on stage, and it wasn't like full size. It was a little.
I got to find
short.
video of this. One would think that being appointed the supreme leader of your country would be a very important part of your life, something that you'd want to actually be there for.
Yeah,
but because you can't, because you're afraid of getting blown off the earth. Then maybe it's a sign that you guys aren't doing so well.
Careful.
This isn't it. I've seen this, but this isn't real. This is too much of a cardboard cutout.
Is that real?
Okay, here it is. Here's the real thing. See, it's a picture.
Okay, with that AI.
Yeah, the other one was more of a cardboard cutout than this. This is a picture that they brought out.
Also,
it's smaller than the one that they already have on the wall.
This one here. This is fake, right? It's also just a cardboard body with a head on it. That one ain't real. That's fake.
But also for the one that is real, that sounded weird. The one that is correct and factual. Isn't it weird to be the people who are actually there? Like they're afraid of the whole place getting bombed.
Isn't
and
it weird for those that are printing it? Like, it's a quick flip.
Yeah.
Bigger the
better. So this is satirical. Yeah, it says Mayor Tusi, a UK-based Iranian dissident, is leveraging the absurdity. Blah blah blah.
Nice. Next live broadcast. Let's just get 3 of those.
A couple of cardboard cutouts. Yeah, he wasn't there, and they had a picture of him, but it wasn't the cardboard cutout that's so hilarious in some of these videos that I see. None of them labeled as fake, though, which I'm almost positive those ones are. But that's the way a lot of stuff is with this reporting. Quick break. When we come back, a student is very upset. I'm going to tell you why. You tell me if you think she has the right to be upset. I also got clips galore just queued up and ready to go. We're going to play some of these in a grab bag segment. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, AI can mimic emotions, but it'll never understand the primal rage of spilling hot coffee on yourself while on air. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law.
Hello? Welcome behind the scenes. Skull mic activated. Do we know Candace Cameron? Chat. Do we know Candace Cameron?
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners.
Hands up in chat if you know who Candace Cameron is. Of course. She is now saying, Candace Cameron, DJ Tanner, that's correct. Full House fame. Yeah. Candace Cameron is now saying she was invited to a party by a friend and showed up to find an underground demonic sex party. I gotta tell you, I think the underground demonic sex party ring is a fever dream. I don't think there are actual underground demonic sex parties going on. I know that's not sexy. I know that's not grabby. But she says she went to one. Let's see. Let's hear from her.
What about you? I don't want to put you on the line with an embarrassing story, but like, have you seen that to be true of like when you hang around certain people, you're like, oh, they kind of pull out maybe the worst of me or the best of me?
Of course. I mean, listen, I have some really weird, embarrassing moments, although I shouldn't say embarrassing. For me, they are more shameful of going to places where I thought like, oh, this person's a friend and I'm going to be cool and do this. And I went to a party once with Val because we were married, and it ended up being this underground party that was an S&M like sex thing that was so dark and demonic. And we walked in and my eyeballs were popping out of my head because I saw stuff I've never seen before in my life. And I'm looking at Val going like, how are we here? What is happening? And the one person that invited us, but we made a hard U-turn and walked right out of there. And it just was like so slimy and weird. And I was like, we're going to pause before we ever say yes to going out with that friend again. We just had no idea.
She says she went to an underground demonic sex party. That happened or that didn't happen? That happened or that didn't happen? It was a makeout party? Are there sex parties? 100%. Are there swinger parties? 100%. Most of what we call Satanism in the United States of America is parody or women looking to be edgy because they hate the religious people quite a bit and pretending like they're aligning with the Satanists. There are not, in my view, a whole bunch of demonic underground sex parties going on in dungeons across the United States. I don't buy it. She calls those actions demonic? Probably just a regular sex party? Yeah, I mean, the words demonic and underground, that's a lot of weight that you're throwing in there. Demonic and underground are really carrying a lot of weight. A boy can dream? I don't know about this. And like when people said they just ended up at a underground sex party, I don't even know if I believe that most of the time. Maybe you just ended up at a party where some people were making out with each other, where there was a couple getting a little bit frisky, and it made you a little bit uncomfortable. But were you actually at a sex party? One of my problems here is the people at sex parties, I think they specifically target who they're inviting. And I don't think the goal is just to get randos who are going to be freaked out at the sex party. Am I wrong here? Isn't the goal of inviting somebody to the sex party to be like, oh, this person, they'll be cool with it. There's like a unicorn. She's a woman that's coming by herself. I think you're trying to bring somebody who's going to enjoy this, not somebody who you're going to freak out. What do I know? I haven't been to many sex parties. All right, here we go.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Your entire sports feed all in one place with iHeartRadio. Tournament coverage.
Launches a three. Got it.
NFL free agency.
Buffalo's got their quarterback, their running back. Now they've got their number one.
And the first pitch of the new baseball season.
At the wall! Oh, my goodness!
You're one tap away. Open the iHeart app and stream your local sports stations. Catch the latest news on Fox Sports Radio or dive into the world's biggest sports podcasts. Open the free app, search sports, and listen now.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
You with us? I know there's a lot of options out there. A lot of podcasts, a lot of shows, a lot of stations playing the same three songs over and over again. Thank you for hanging out with the News Junkie each and every day here on the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. A student is upset. That's not new. I mean, these kids are upset
all the time with these kids.
Yeah, there's constantly some kind of issue. But this particular woman is upset. And I think she's got kind of a point here, but I want to bring this story to you to see what you think about this. Now, this woman graduated with a 3.87 GPA.
High school?
All right?
College?
She graduated high school with a 3.87 GPA, received a diploma, and her name is McKenna Simonson. Yeah,
Simon
McKenna Simonson. And McKenna Simonson is in this story, and I'm going to bring it up here in front of me. Says she graduated with a 3.87 GPA, but she could barely read. Now she's suing a school district in Washington State. Now, we know there was a huge push here to just pass everybody all over the United States of America. These schools wanted more funding. These schools wanted to pretend they're utopian school ideas and learning and lesson plans were working fantastically for everybody, evenly across the board. All of the students are just so good. They're all graduating now. And to do that, they just started graduating everybody. They told the teachers you couldn't fail them. It's still a problem in a lot of schools. And it's led to a lot of kids who cannot read or write. And it's a major problem, especially in certain areas in particular that have popped up in the news. But this woman said, I graduated, I got my high school diploma, and now I'm pissed off.
She says deja vu.
This particular person has not been on the show before, as far as I know, but maybe somebody like her. As a student with special needs, McKenna's graduation day was filled with promise. I was happy. I was like, oh my gosh, I finally made it. 4 years later, she says, it feels like a time of broken promises. The academics were hard, but she got a 3.87 GPA. Despite finishing her senior year reading at a first grade level? Did you feel they prepared you for life? She was asked. Not at all. Not at all. I should have earned that diploma, not just something that really got me nowhere, she said. After graduation, McKenna planned to enroll in a vocational program in Washington State, which helps transition special needs students into independent life and would have been free of charge. Because she received a diploma, however, she was ineligible. Instead, she had to enroll in a similar program that cost $40,000 a year. Holy cow. That ain't cheap. Her family is now suing the school district, saying that she should not have been, she shouldn't have graduated. She shouldn't have been given the 3.6 GPA. And because of it, she had to pay a whole lot more. She's facing $160,000 in student debt at 22 years old. That's what she's mad about.
That would be a good time to say, I can't read this. What do you mean, how much debt?
Can you turn down a diploma? Can you, like, if they come to you and they go, congratulations, you have graduated. You got a 3-point whatever. Can you say, no, I don't feel like I deserve that. I am refusing this. I'm turning this down right now.
Public school system, it seems to be a little bit more difficult. I feel like universities would be, no problem. Absolutely. We'll get you 2 more semesters tuition paid and all those books and all the money.
She went to a public school, I believe. Hold on, let's see what else we can learn about this. Here's the story.
As a student with special needs, McKenna Simon says high school graduation day was a day filled with promise.
I was happy. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm graduating. I'm finally made it.
4 years later, though, she feels like it was all a time of broken promises. Do you feel like they prepared you for life?
Not at all.
McKenna says the academics for her at Linwood High were hard.
Linwood High.
She graduated with a 3.87 GPA. That's despite finishing her senior year reading at a first grade level.
I mean, that's kind of crazy.
How does she know what level? I'm so confused.
Hold on, because they score you, I guess. And
I kind of want to know, like, go back and see if I can't look up my record and see what my GPA was when I graduated high school.
Mine was not 3.8. I'll tell you that.
3.87 is kind of high. I mean, I had some honors classes, so that weighted a little higher, but that was only the first year.
I'm trying to find something that would be reading at a first grade level. I'm trying to find like an example. Okay, first grade examples. All right, there's not anything that's like a full sentence or something. That's what I'm looking for here. It says bat, bag, can, those kind of words. I need a better example. First grader reading example. I'll pull one up here. First grade reading worksheets. Perfect. All right. Here's the first grade reading. This is The New Bicycle. She says she graduated high school and this was as good as she could read. The New Bicycle. This is first grade level. Emma has a new bicycle. It's bright pink and shiny. It was a gift from her uncle. He hid it behind a bush to surprise her. When Emma looked behind the bush and saw the bicycle, she jumped for joy. It was just what she wanted. She gave her uncle a big hug. She loves her new bicycle and she loves her uncle. So
I have some questions about the uncle and their relationship.
Pretty basic stuff. A lot of small words other than like bicycle or most of these are little tiny words. She said that's as good as she could read, and yet they still gave her a diploma. Here you go. You get a diploma, and you get a diploma.
Feel like you were learning anything?
Not really, no. Like I should have earned that diploma, not just
Why are you doing this now,
something
though?
that really got me nowhere.
Because school cost her $160,000.
What about second grade, third grade, fourth grade, after junior high? We're upset after senior year of high school?
She didn't care until it turned out to be like, oh, this is going to cost me because if I didn't graduate, this school would have been free, but I did. So damn them for graduating me.
After graduation, McKenna planned to attend the Edmond School District's vocational program that transitions special needs students into independent life. But because she received a diploma, she couldn't. That program would have been free. Instead,
you just get rid of it.
A similar program at Bellevue College at a cost of more than $40,000 per year.
That's crazy.
Got a diploma, but it feels more like a participation trophy in a lot of ways.
True. This is one of the problems. There's this idea that you're being good to all these people and you're being empathetic and nobody feels left out. Everybody gets to graduate. You all get a diploma. You all get a 3.67 GPA, or 3.87 in her case, damn near perfect. And then afterwards, she goes, no, actually,
excelled in other classes to get that GPA, no?
She's saying she couldn't read. She didn't know any of this stuff. She brings up the reading thing mostly.
I pulled up some books that would be recommended for the second grade reading level, meaning is not it's not her cup of tea.
What did the uncle do this time?
It's a little
too far.
No, it's like a series like Magic Treehouse, not for this woman. Dog Man, The Wild Robot.
Ooh.
The Wild Robot was pretty popular.
I cried so much.
Eerie Elementary.
Captain Underpants on there?
Seems like some stuff she should be able to, something her age should be able to read.
What about, what was the Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Is that beyond first grade? Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
It seems like it might be. Sarah Plain and Tall, I remember being read that book.
Is this
Charlotte's
another person?
Web.
This is, Sabrina said, She graduated from high school with honors, but now she can't read or write. Now she's suing. Is this the same person?
No. We talked about this girl almost to the date last year.
Okay.
Same thing. Her
February 27, 2025, yeah.
She did have dyslexia, I do believe, is what she had also mentioned. But same story.
Yeah, she said she rant-keyed.
This is this the same thing where she's like, she had to pay afterwards because she had such high scores? Like, it ends up hurting these people. You don't do any good for anybody by giving them something that they didn't earn.
Okay, but then
I think that's just generally true.
Where was all this when they were entering high school? Like, why they should have repeated 8th grade? They should have just like, at what point are we going to draw the line? It seems like it only makes the headlines when they've graduated from high school already.
Yeah, but the problem isn't with the kids getting the diploma. It's like you're going to say that the kids should have been saying something about this beforehand.
No.
You should have
the
complained.
teachers, it should have been known ahead of time. I am not blaming the kids. It's just like we've only seen these stories when it comes to them graduating high school. How did they get through first grade through?
Because it's all the way down the line. It's if you look at the teacher forums and stuff online, they constantly are complaining about this. And the teachers, from what I can tell, teachers, feel free to weigh in. The teachers 100% are against this. All the teachers that I've seen are against this. But the structure of the school is based on funding, and the administration wants the students to pass because they can get more funding. So the students are just like, I guess I'm doing good. I'm getting my grades. Everything's good.
You find yourself being a 10th grade teacher and you have pressure from your administrators to keep the school looking a certain way so they get their funding. And then you get these kids dumped on you that have been signed off on by 9 years worth of other teachers who are just pushing them through the system.
Rubber stamp.
Are you the person that decides I'm going to be the change? I'm going to be the change here?
Or you are the change, and they can read, and then they run you over.
They don't care, though, until that has an impact on them. When it has an impact on them, and it's like she has to pay $160,000 for the school that would have been free. If she would have gotten the low score and like flunked out like she probably would have, she's saying, she would have gotten into this school for free instead of having to pay all this money. So the outcomes of all these people are not improved by giving them a diploma when they can't read or write.
I'm curious legally.
You're putting lipstick on a pig. It's not working.
Legally, I'm curious what they're trying to get at and who from, because it's like who is responsible for this? The person that signed the diploma? Is it the school board in general? And if
put that down for Mo. That's a good Mo question. We'll see what Mo says about that, because
Mo, can you read?
I don't know if you'll think they have a case here, but it certainly shows a problem. It certainly shows a problem that is happening out there in the education sector. All right, when we come back, we'll do the final dispatch of stories that didn't make the cut. And today, we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Florida is receiving nearly $40 million to support new electric vehicle charging stations across the Sunshine State.
If you don't mind, though, I want to know where those Duval ones are going to be so I can sit and watch the people wonder what it is. Hey, what's that? That's a new robot? That's a new robot up there.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Tuesday, we're going to be expecting another hot one. Temperatures will be climbing into the upper 80s this afternoon, coming just shy of 90, in fact, with a high of 89 degrees. We'll say mostly dry, but we do have a 10% chance of an isolated shower or two that can't be ruled out. Otherwise, we'll see high temperatures stay in the upper 80s tomorrow before our next round of rain arrives as we head to our Thursday, mostly Thursday afternoon and evening. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Hey, Orlando.
Orlando. Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. It's tournament season, and your trade could be the #1 seed. Trade values can swing by thousands depending upon where you go. But at Greenway Kia, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete head-to-head to win your trade. That bracket-style competition could mean up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Explore one of the area's largest Kia inventories at greenwaykias.com. More inventory.
Welcome behind the scenes of the show one last time. Skull mic activated. Now it is time for you, my friend, to rate the show. Rate the show. Rate the show. 10 out of 10, a real humdinger. It was like a 4.0 GPA. 10 out of 10, into the Hall of Fame. 1 out of 10, Loserville. We don't talk about it. It was an embarrassing show. 8 fruity purities out of 10. Good callback. 9 out of 10, Tucked Shawns. 8.6, Twee Boys. Twee should be in the title of the show, huh? Twee? I'll just write it down. 10 out of 10. 9 high school diplomas out of 10. 10 out of 10 ladies. 10 Quomolungma. Did I just do a Harry Potter spell? 10 out of 10. 3.8. 10 flats out of 10. 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10, but I'm bad with numbers. Aren't we all? 8 dumbasses who blame others when they can't read out of 10. 1.5 dumb students out of 10. Did I do that right? Good Jovi. 10 out of 10 lady cheese balls. I already gave lady a cheese ball. I did. I can't give her another one. 10 cheese balls, just generally. 1 out of 10 reading level. Just kidding. 8 out of 10 says Rick. Thank you, Rick. And by the by, last opportunity right now. I think there's like 15 shirts left for this very, very limited merch drop. Go grab them. Grab them right now. Get your promo code first on thenewsjunkie.com. Go grab them. Oh, hey, over here. Samuel L. Jackson. There you go. Good job, cameraman. I gotta shoot you straight. I gotta shoot you straight here. This last segment is not going to be very long. It is not going to be very long. Thank you, Tanya. Black shirt's too hot, white shirt gets too dirty. Oh, we're stuck. Well, don't forget, there is a special little announcement tomorrow. Special little announcement tomorrow. Something never before done. But I had a vision. Go grab those over at thenewsjunkie.com while you can. Straight to TIL? Kinda. I'm looking at it. We got about 3 minutes. Mr. Predicto, can I get it all done in 3 minutes? Tell me, please.
Everything points to no.
Probably right about that. 3 minutes is not a lot of time. Well, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Promo code for secret shows. For the merch, Go to thenewsjunkie.com. In the featured section, look for merch promo code. It's right there. Thank you, everybody. Flats Fisherman is our chatter of the day. All right, we're out of here. Stay gold, everybody. See you later.
Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
This is Ross Chastain, NASCAR driver and your Fresh from Florida farmer, letting you know that Florida strawberries are picked at peak freshness to ensure that there's sunshine in every bite. Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
That didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Thank you. Well, thank you for a lot of things today, honest to God, as with every other day. Thank you for sharing the show. That's one thing I want to thank you for.
You tweeze.
Thank you for getting the Play Black Whopper shirts on this very limited drop. There are only a couple left, and by the time you hear the sound of my voice, they'll probably be gone. You can try to grab the last handful. There's just a few of them over at thenewsjunkie.com. Get your shirt. It's available in black or white or tank top for men and tank top for women. And then there's an announcement never before been done tomorrow on the show. We'll give you another announcement. And probably, I think we might do that right off the rip. So at the beginning of the show tomorrow, I'll tell you something going on. Just had a bit of a vision. So we'll talk about that at the start of the show tomorrow. Don't have a lot of time right now, I don't think. Do I? Do we have time to do anything?
No.
Or just,
No.
Since the dawn of time.
Kisses.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. We're on the way out, everybody. Don't forget, grab those shirts, the final few. TheNewsJunkie.com, TheNewsJunkie.com. And today I learned this song right here.
Forgot about Drake.
That's right. Nailed this in the car the other day. Courtney loved it. So good. I'll do it again.
Turn flap.
When I turn my mic off, I'll sing along with it. The Dr. Dre song, Forgot About Drake, contains many samples. One of them is the band No Doubt. I'm listening for No Doubt.
Don't speak.
I don't hear it, but I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at the News.